You are listening to The Decision Reel, brought to you by Bright Eyes Entertainment.
I know, right? Hey, welcome to the Decision Reel podcast, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. We might be reviewing a movie of yesterday and today on this episode. Possibly. We'll see. This week, we are talking about the movie The Love Guru. As always, I am your host. This week, though...
No, I'm the host.
Wally's your host this week.
I don't know how to do this.
But we got George here. We got Wally here.
I'm here.
And we got Steve here. Brent is out. He's having a good day with a lady friend.
What a bitch.
I hope he...
That's exactly what he would say about you.
I know, right? I'm in his spot right now, so I feel like I have to embody him right now.
Embody
Good
the
word.
Brent. Yeah,
I was convinced.
Look, titties. And
you got
other
it.
things. That's it.
Yeah, you got it. I like it. Anyways, yeah, so we're talking about The Love Guru. Before we get super into it, I'm going to say this. This is the plot of the movie. Well, I'm not even going to go out there and tell people to look us up and find our social medias or anything, because I don't know if they want to hear this episode.
Honestly, if this is your first episode, I don't know. Maybe it'll be funny, but I can tell you, never mind. Oh,
I
God.
sifted. Let me tell you. Can I tell you? So
Go for it.
I already told the guys that I tried watching this last night and I fell asleep watching it. It's not that I hate the movie. It was just, I don't know, not my thing. But I watched I've seen it before. I watched all the YouTube clips that I could find
I made him
today.
watch it before.
And yes, he did. And then as I'm going, I decided to read the comments for all these YouTube clips.
Oh, Jesus.
And there's like, oh my gosh, it's like some of the worst bashing that I've seen. There might be two
deservedly
dudes.
so.
There might be two dudes at the top that are like, oh yeah, this is good, but. And then everyone underneath that is a complete bash of the movie until you get all the way down to the scroll bar, the bottom of the scroll bar.
That's probably just Steve and Tiffany at the top.
Is Tiffany like it?
Probably.
Like it?
This is one of my wife's favorite movies.
Oh.
And I was trying to explain it to George why. And I enjoy this movie too, but it's not
the Maple Leafs.
Okay,
Because of
so
Toronto.
That's
you're
one
biased.
reason. One reason I'm biased. Mike Myers' favorite hockey team is Toronto Maple Leafs. He finally made a movie that had them in it and shows them, spoiler alert, if anybody wants to see this, shows them winning the Stanley Cup, which still has not happened. And they're the longest sports team now to not win a championship after winning a championship.
They need Vernon Troyer.
And they need my man, Vernon Troyer, but they're not going to get him because
He's dead.
R.I.P.
He gone.
Rip. But no, this movie's just, I don't know, it's stupid. I know it's a bad movie, but I enjoy the shittiness of it. Does that make sense?
Remember when I said Rockstar, and I was like, it's like a 5 because it really just doesn't do anything for me. 5 is neutral.
Sure. This is a negative 17.
There's a reason that 5 is neutral is because we don't do negative scores, and if it gets below a 5, we're typically get into it's offensive in some way. Either it's bad art or it's something else. This is really fucking bad, dude.
It's offensive for sure.
Dude, it might as
Parts
well
of it
just
are.
be like Mike Myers saying the N-word over and over for an hour and a half. Like, honestly, it's basically the same thing.
This is what I was getting at, though. Like,
It's really bad.
It's not that bad.
It is really exactly that bad.
He plays characters, man. Like, all of them
Yeah.
are characters. I mean, I guess some of them are in his his wheelhouse, but some of them are completely out of there. This one specifically.
This is brownface. Like,
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
one
yeah, for
specifically.
sure. This was, what's his face in Short Circuit playing an Indian guy who was white.
Not only that, his Canadian accent
Comes through sometimes.
comes through sometimes with this. And it's kind of a little relationship maybe between that and the Indian
Okay.
accent, because you can hear a lot of the oohs in the eyes.
I got you.
And they just stuck out with me the whole time I was watching any of these clips. I was like, oh, Jesus.
I kind of did the same thing as you. So I tried to watch the movie Sunday night. I fell asleep, and then I started watching it again. But while I was making trivia, I ended up watching a bunch of clips trying to find one for because I hadn't seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
So I ended up kind of getting the gist of the plot through that. But Steve, if you could tell us the plot at some point, because I don't think either of us finished it. I certainly
Sure,
didn't.
I'll go.
I've seen it.
Here's-
I've seen it. I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wally's definitely I made him watch this.
Synopsis,
Yeah.
man.
Do you want
Through to the
do you want a
conclusion.
terrible one, real quick?
Yes.
All
That's-
right.
So
yes,
this
it'll
guy-
be better than the movie.
He's a love guru, right? So he's helping people. He's helping people
Give us a
find-
terrible plot.
He's helping people find love, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have this guy.
The Leaps.
The Leafs.
Maple Leafs.
He's going through these issues, and his job's to kind of help him find his center and all this other stuff. And that's what. And at the end, it's like that is the big goal. But he ends up finding his own love
for himself
towards the-
because he hates himself the whole movie secretly.
Maybe a little bit, but he just doesn't know himself. I think or he hasn't had that opportunity to find that kind of love in himself. Maybe?
Could have made that same movie without all the racism, probably.
Yeah, probably. But the actual plot, Guru Pika, an American raised outside of his country by gurus, returns to the States in order to break into the self-help business. His first challenge is to settle the romantic troubles and subsequent professional skid of a star hockey player whose wife left him for a rival athlete.
With a huge dong.
Lecoq.
He's snuggling a schnauzer.
Like you're smuggling a schnauzer.
I'm not gonna say that this movie didn't make me laugh once or twice. Like,
Yeah,
for
there's
sure.
some great, stupid dialogue. And again, I feel like this was the movie that Mike Myers just kind of like was maybe obligated to make somehow.
Absolutely not. Mike Myers was having a fucking blast. I can tell you.
What was the one that Adam
Watch
Sandler
it.
did? What was the
You're
one that he
right.
did where he was like the best and he was like a hairdresser?
Oh, Zohan.
Zohan?
Yeah.
I got
You
kinda,
got-
little kind of Zohan vibes.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of funny
That came out
because
after the fact, though.
Dir-
Right?
same director.
no, it might have like came out at the exact same time.
This is that thing where two movies that are the same come out
Right.
back to back.
And have you seen Zohan?
I saw like 15 minutes of it and I was like, this is fucked.
just
That's a
so-
true fucking story
It's
too,
just
by the
as
way.
Stupid though.
But here's another thing. Me and my wife like that movie too. Like because I think
Why
this
do you
is,
do a movie podcast, Steve? You have terrible taste.
do I though?
He doesn't. He just has.
Here's my thing. I
like
like
a shit
I'm just
every once
kidding.
in a
I'm
while.
just
I
kidding.
know. What I'm saying is I like movies that I can turn my brain off and watch and go,
Maximum.
This is
I'm just
stupid.
kidding. I'm just
This
messing
is-
with you.
this is fucking
Maximum
stupid.
respect. I love it.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I know this movie's not good.
And
I know Zohan is fucking terrible. But if it's on TV and I'm not doing anything and I come across it, I'm gonna be like, all right, let's fucking just zone out and watch this movie and have a good fucking time. And that's why I like these type movies is because, like I said, turn your brain off, have a good time. At the end of the day, was it offensive? Yeah, maybe. But did it entertain you? Did it make you laugh? Did it make you go, all right, this is fucking
Not this
stupid.
one. Not this one.
Come on, it made you laugh.
Sorry.
You already said it made you laugh.
It made me laugh a couple of times, but I mean, like my dog poops in the yard. I laugh at that too. Like that's pretty funny.
So then how isn't this movie like up there with you? You're like,
Sitting in the bathtub farting and laughing at himself.
never go full retard.
I looked up the name Pitka because I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
something funny, but it says "Seeker of Truth and Wisdom."
It's beautiful.
See, that's good writing right there. Like they
I
actually
thought it was
maybe
gonna
did,
be
yeah. So where to watch this movie if you ever feel like watching it? Steve owns it on Blu-ray. You can come to my house.
Refer to
Guaranteed.
yourself in the third person.
Maybe I'm the second
man
or third.
Steve.
Yeah, probably. You can watch it on Pluto TV for free right now. That's the only place you can see. What are you looking at me like that for?
What the fuck?
You're like,
Pluto.
I'm just looking at you.
no,
man.
all right.
Won't happen again. Don't worry.
That was just a weird.
Whoa.
Anyways, you can watch it for free on Pluto
Looking
TV.
mighty good, Steve.
Well, thank you. Anywhere else you have to pay for is YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Vudu. It's not on very many other things.
Yeah,
good
also
reason.
why I YouTubed it
Yeah,
clip by clip.
clip by clip. I just watched the clips. I clipped it. Yeah. The movie was written by Mike Myers and Graham Gordy. Looked up
Graham
Gordy. Nothing but this.
Just a friend.
Just, yeah, probably a friend. Directed by Marco Schnabel. This is his only
Probably
director
Jewish.
credit, and he's worked on pretty much every other Mike Myers movie since the first Austin Powers as just random people, like doing random things. And then it's like Mike Myers is like, I can't find
I feel
anybody
like-
to direct this piece of shit.
I feel
Hey,
like
man.
this cast would have made a great Austin Powers movie, in opposed to a Guru
Yeah.
Be real for a second.
with JT.
This movie
Jessica
is
Alba.
stacked.
Yeah,
The
I think
people in
would
this
have been
movie.
it would have been a
Yes.
better Austin Powers
Fantastic
movie than
cast.
maybe a Guru movie.
I kind of agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But you could tell at the time, I mean, he probably didn't want to do Austin Powers again, right? He said,
This was after the third, right?
yeah, yeah. So Austin Powers has always been a thing for his dad, for Mike Myers' dad, because he was into the 007 and like whatever, blah, blah, blah movies.
Okay. I didn't
So
know that.
once his dad actually passed away, he said that he wanted to make a fourth Austin Powers, and it's apparently in the works. But who knows when that's going to happen, because Vern Troyer was alive when he said this was happening. And
That was years ago still, right? That was like a few years back.
that was a couple years back, but
How
there
you
has
gonna do it?
been...
You can't make a new Austin Powers without Mini Me, bro.
I mean, you can, because the first one didn't have him, right? But
I think they cast him with this, and he was like, "Look, I don't want to do a movie with you ever again unless you give me something to say." And he
right?
has a ton more lines in
yeah,
this movie.
you know what though? Let's be real. He's actually good as
He's
an
not
actor
bad.
in this
He really
movie.
wasn't bad.
You know
it's
what I
better than
mean?
just making those little baby noises and getting chucked around.
Mm.
Little water boy noises.
No, Mini Me,
basically
no,
was.
no. Don't eat the baby.
I'm so surprised you did a Mike Myers month. Still, I'm kind of.
The-
I like
I was-
I like some of his movies, but I'm surprised it was like him specifically.
It's funny because I've suggested like themed months, you know, or linking our movies and stuff, and we're always like, no, 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 and then Steve's like March Myers, and I was like, okay, dude, I have not enjoyed March Myers.
Well, I had to. I didn't want to pick this movie, and then you guys kind of egged me on last week to fucking do it. Then, so
No,
I did it.
I roped him into it, kind of.
Brent wrote me into it too, and now he's not here. That son of
think
a
if we're
bitch pulled one on us.
I think we need to have like one of his worst movies. If you're gonna do a month of someone,
Okay, well here it is.
maybe have the low.
Here's the low.
lowest of the low.
This would be the lowest of the low, even though you're saying that you didn't like So I Married an Axe Murderer, but you gave that.
No, no,
still-
no. I'm mostly I'm getting caught up in talking shit right now. I guess I enjoy.
where you get caught.
Actually, So I Married an Axe Murderer was pretty good. Actually, I enjoyed that. I would consider that top 3 best Mike Myers movies.
Okay, and here's the thing too: that movie grows on you the more you watch it. I'm not gonna say The Love Guru grows on you. I'm gonna say So I Married an Axe Murderer is actually a movie.
Yeah,
right?
it's a really good movie. Like honestly, Mike Myers is the weakest part of that movie. That's a very good movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every other Mike Myers movie feels like just a vehicle for SNL skits, right?
Yeah.
Where,
And it only works with Wayne's World.
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Austin Powers, for the most part, is just one long SNL skit to me.
It's a good
but
skit.
but it's a good skit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you could say MacGruber's the same thing, but MacGruber's just as good. And I'm going to say it again. The show that came out on Peacock right now is just as good as the movie.
I think
Watch it.
I need to watch. I will watch it. I like
watch it.
MacGruber.
it was too obscene.
See,
MacGruber, which is why it was okay, right?
Well, so the
It was
TV
too
show,
much,
the TV show
which
is
why I was
even
like,
more.
okay.
Right. So the
Oh,
TV show
Jesus.
goes even further into it. It's like, hey, you're giving us an MA rating. Fuck it. Let's do anything we want to do.
dude, MacGruber, like, okay, so Steve likes this brand of comedy a lot.
I do, yeah.
And MacGruber, I can get behind that.
Sure.
That's like just as dumb as this, but very, very funny.
I'll say it's
This
smarter.
is not the same.
MacGruber is a smarter type of writing where
Barely, dude.
I think it's more
Well,
evolved.
No, it's more evolved. Thank you. Where this is like dick and fart jokes when you think about it. Like he's eating a
it's
corn
literally
dog.
like 90% sex jokes, like and literally middle school sex jokes. Like these are
Right.
the jokes you made to
Right.
your 8th grade friends.
Right.
This might be a generation gap of comedy too. Like this might be like
Yeah.
maybe 80s, early 90s, and then the
Oh.
fading version of that comedy.
Sure.
And then you get to MacGruber, and MacGruber is like that Will Ferrell, a little bit more senseless,
I get what
but
you're saying.
hilarious.
Yeah, without being deliberately offensive to anybody, because
Yeah.
Because okay, another comparison I think I'd like to make real quick is this movie to The Master of Disguise, which is equally
Oh
bad,
God, I haven't thought of that movie in a
which is
forever.
equally as bad as The Love Guru, but much less offensive.
Well, I mean, he's not brown face. Well, is he in that movie?
No, wait, he does brown face.
Yeah, he definitely
take it
does.
Back. There,
And what's
yeah.
funny is who's the star of that movie?
I know. That's why I compared them.
Right,
Yeah,
Wayne's
yeah.
World, and it all
Yeah.
comes
Do they-
around.
do
Yeah.
they like
Holy
each other?
shit.
So they didn't for a long time, and then recently, in the last couple years,
After
they've
Wayne's World,
gotten.
they didn't like each other?
I believe it was after SNL. Some stuff went on and
Is it
whatnot.
after stole his like skits or his characters?
I think
Is that
it,
what-
I think it was just a combination of a lot of stuff, but
Mike
one of the
Myers
bigger
supposedly
things that
being
I
a cock?
read, was Mike Myers was very controlling in what he wanted to do, and he did steal Dr. Evil from basically,
he got pretty fat.
I feel like
too.
we talked about this in the last episode a little bit, right?
yeah. So they got back together and they've kind of became friends again in the last couple of years, which is good for
Nice.
them, because they did start out as great friends on SNL, doing everything together, basically creating this type of movie. If you want to be real, Wayne's World opened the door for stupid comedy movies like this to be made.
But
you
Wayne's
know?
World is great.
Well, I understand that, but
Is Wayne's World offensive? We got to watch it again. Like
I don't think it's really I don't think it's offensive. That No,
It's
not like
not gonna have-
this.
yeah.
Not like
to
this.
death with his
I don't
own
even think it really has
shit.
like sexist jokes. Even I think it's like pretty.
It has a very select
Schwing?
few. Yeah, very select few.
I guess that's a little sexist, but that's those guys being sexist, and that's the joke. They're the joke. Like we're laughing at them as opposed to like
That makes sense. Yeah, making a joke about something
Yeah,
sexist.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
you know.
I'm feeling you. So The Love Guru is starring Mike Myers as Guru Pika, Jessica Alba as Jane Bullard.
She's got such a nice butt.
All right.
Sorry.
You're sitting in his chair.
It's happening by itself.
What the kid is it from, dude?
Was it Deep Blue? What is it? She was in a movie and she was in a bathing suit. And I remember going, wait, who was that?
Yeah,
And
Deep-
then it
yeah,
showed
Deep
her-
Blue or
It showed
something.
her face afterwards. I was like, wait, that's no way that's her tush. And then
probably
immediately-
wasn't.
We immediately logged it for me. So
No way that's
there
her
you
tush.
go, Brent.
Yeah,
it's
he's got
it's
it.
logged for me.
We got, I don't know how to say this guy's name, Romany Malco as Darren Roanoke, the guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin,
Right.
Roanoke.
which he's amazing in the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
That's a cult one for me. That's right there next to Wedding Crashers.
That's
Like,
that's
it's
the
so
old
good.
that's the old Judd Apatow starting to take over. Now
Yeah.
that is a brand of comedy I can fucking get
The,
behind.
the
so
only
good.
the only problem I have with that movie, it stays too long. It needed to be like 20
Most of his
minutes.
movies typically do that. I
Yeah,
feel
like-
like they
Funny People with Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen. It was good, but it was just too long.
I think he likes his movies to have like a plot, but I think sometimes he lets his improv sketches go a little long. You can tell when they're just improvising, and
Are you
it-
talking about Steve Carroll? Who are you talking about?
anything Judd
Judd
Apatow. does.
Apatow,
okay.
yeah.
You know, I feel like he sometimes lets those go a little long.
A little bit. We got Justin Timberlake, my man JT, as Jacques Lecoq Grande.
Smuggling a schnauzer.
Looks like he's smuggling a schnauzer.
That's a terrible joke.
It is, but it's
so
funny.
bad.
It's fucking funny. I don't care.
That
Yeah,
made me.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So you watch a movie and there's like certain parts that are like super cringy. That whole part where he's rubbing her feet and singing.
It's hilariously cringy.
It's so cringy.
It's really
He's getting attacked
cringe.
by the cock out in the backyard.
Let me sing to you my favorite song of my people by Miss Celine Dion.
It's so bad.
And the best part is he's singing badly on purpose, right? Because that's Justin
Yeah,
Timberlake.
he could,
Yeah,
he
right.
could probably nail it if he tried.
Right. But he's not. And then we get for you the Quebec pizza.
A Pop-Tart with ketchup on it.
She's like, well, what's
So
that? The
gross.
Pop-Tart with the ketchup.
Does he put it in a toaster? Do you think?
I have no idea, but he comes
he
out
has
pretty
to.
quick with it, so I don't know if he
No,
did
no,
put
no.
it in
That's a
toaster.
cold fucking Pop-Tart with cold ketchup on it.
Yeah, it should have been warm. That would have
And
made
that's
it much
even
better.
Yeah, I know, but it makes it that's so much worse.
Yeah. The part where he's driving into his house in that car that says Lecoq on whatever, and he's just like head banging to that song. I don't care. I lose it every time.
Yeah, that was like almost the introduction to his character,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
that was very funny.
That's what I'm saying. There's funny parts. I think that's what the movie is to me. It's the larger than life aspects of certain people in the movie that just make me just die laughing every time I see it. I know it's coming, but it's still funny to me. Like Justin Timberlake was great in this movie because he was bad. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like he's he's not trying to be a good French Canadian whatever. He's literally being bad at what he's doing, but it's hilarious. And he's doing the fucking the sprinkler in the club. That's hilarious.
You ever think like if these guys that are after their season, they look back at some of the roles that they play
Jesus
and they're
Christ.
like, I can't believe I fucking did that.
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
like that's one for him.
There, it's kind of funny. There's this movie that's coming out on Hulu like in the next couple weeks, and it's with Ben Affleck and the girl that was in.
You Ben Affleck. Sorry.
Trust me, you white, you better. The girl that was in. The guy Rain Johnson did the movie Knives Out. Sorry, Knives Out.
That
Yeah.
new one on Netflix? Is that what that, or is that a different one?
Knives Out was awesome.
Knives
Oh,
Out.
no,
was,
I know what you're talking about. Never-
Yeah, yeah.
never mind,
Anyways, the girl who's in it, the main character.
Oh yeah.
I can't. Why is her name escaping me right now? But
Hunt
Because
while
that's
you
all
talk.
she's done. I don't know her name either.
no, she's been in a lot of stuff. But
the
anyways,
main character.
yeah, the girl, she's Colombian. She was in Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner.
I didn't
She was
see
in
so good.
Knock Knock with.
I guess because I haven't seen anything she's in.
Okay, well, she's been around for a while. Anyways,
Ana de Armas.
thank you, Ana de Armas. So she's in this movie with Ben Affleck, and when they filmed it, they were a couple. Like they got together, started dating, doing whatever. Well, since the movie wrapped and whatnot, Ben Affleck is back with J-Lo, right?
I didn't
So
know
this
that.
this movie's coming out now. So
Another butt. Sorry, keep going.
Well, what I'm saying is she's going to go and have to they're going to have to do press for this movie. They're going to have to see this movie possibly again. Like, do you sit back and watch that now?
That's why I say, what is the saying? You never work with family, or what is it? Loved ones.
Never work with your family or people you love. Yeah,
Never dip your pen in company ink.
Exactly right.
That seems too close.
We also got Megan Good as Prudence, Vern Troyer as Coach Punch Cherkoff, John Oliver as Dick Pants.
Maybe he just gave up for this one. Maybe the writing he just said, "Fuck it, man."
He had to,
because some of it is.
Or this was the first time he was fully in charge of a movie, and no one was there to say, "Hey, you can't do that."
That's what I said to Kelsey when we were watching the movie. I was like, somebody needs
telling
to
me right now.
just grab him by the shoulders and just be like, Mike, like,
what the fuck are you doing?
I know you can, but maybe sometimes just
don't.
just don't.
just you know how you got the corn dog and you want to make a joke about it being a dog's dinghy? Maybe don't do that.
Like maybe don't. Like maybe do, but
You're
think
like
twice.
an 8. Take it back to like a 6.
Yeah, just have a second thought.
Right. Hey, your assistant guy. Yeah. What do you want to name him? Dick Pants.
Just think twice.
Let's not do that. How about Richard Pants?
Maybe
okay.
do.
Richard
But we're gonna call
Drawers.
him-
Hey, Richard Drawers. Wow, that's actually really good.
Wonder if Mike
You're
Myers
welcome.
is actually this emotionally immature in real life. Like,
You would
tells
have
me
to be
he's
to
not.
do.
Because I don't. I feel like this is just routine, and it just routine that got out of hand that no one liked anymore. Is what I.
You know what this movie feels like is if a AI was given all right,
His brain.
make a Mike Myers movie.
You're exactly right.
Right. Make a Mike Myers movie. Here's your what you go by. Wayne's World 1 and 2, all the Austin Powers movie. It's
Every
about a
SNL
love guru.
sketch.
Every SNL sketch, go.
Yeah.
And this is what it comes up
Mike
with.
Myers, dick joke, Dick Pants says,
Dill.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Audience laughs, clap, clap, clap.
Right.
You're exactly right, dude.
Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah.
Mariska Hargitay.
right,
Right, like, and they even have the special victims unit. Dung dung. Fucking Val Kilmer's in this.
You're totally right. That's literally, you know
He was
what?
also in MacGruber.
He
I
had to
know.
have phoned this one in.
Yeah. Also, we have Manu Narayan. I don't know. As Rajneesh. Stephen Colbert as Jay Kell. Jim Gaffigan as Trent Looters.
I love Gaffigan.
Yeah. Ben.
Well, kind of.
You know,
He's the most profitable comedian in the world.
Is he really?
Yep, because he's like family friendly. He's
Oh, yeah,
famous
yeah.
internationally all over. Anybody can go see his shows.
Yes.
sir,
one of the-
I'm going to say you're wrong.
Look it up.
Jerry Seinfeld is
Today.
The only thing I don't like about
Today?
of all time, Jerry Seinfeld is
looking it up.
definitely the most
only thing
successful comedian.
only thing I don't like about Gaffigan is like when he's like done with the joke, he's like,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
like
that gets old after the
I'm like,
first
come on, man. I'm
the
like,
first
stop
time.
He is
Take it
funny.
easy, buddy.
I'll give him credit in the Super Troopers movies. He is funny. Yeah.
That'd be a good one to do. The first one.
I've been trying, but these guys don't want to do Broken
the
Lizard.
second one, actually.
See, Broken Lizard, all that stuff, that's right up my alley too.
What was that? What was the one where they're at the club?
Club Dread. That one's good.
When are you talking
Is that what it is?
the one where they go to like the island?
No, it's like they're in Baby.
You mean the restaurant?
Yes.
The restaurant's my favorite movie that they do.
That shit is hilarious.
Slam and Salmon.
I like
Yes,
both of those.
that's what it is.
I like both of those better than I
Yes.
like Super Troopers. Super
Me-
Troopers
me
is
too.
not that funny.
And I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna say it. And I've made Brent a believer. Super Troopers 2 is better than Super Troopers 1.
Super Troopers one is not that fucking
I'd
funny.
have to
me.
rewatch both of them again. See, I liked the second one though. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I did really.
And that's
I
the
thought
thing.
It was hilarious.
I feel like they had so much time to perfect their joke making craft.
It's another Canadian movie.
Well, it's not. Well, yeah, they go to Canada,
The second
sure.
one is 100%
Yeah. They
Steve.
go to Canada, but they're not Canadian. These guys.
Are you biased?
Sometimes maybe.
Sometimes maybe he says.
Who's your favorite classic rock musician?
Well, I'm not going to say Rush now.
What about classic pop? Is it Bryan Adams?
No, it's actually.
Is Jim Carrey your favorite comedian?
No, it's Hugh Jackman. It's
Okay,
his
hold
favorite
on.
actor.
Is it?
Huge Jack.
Jackman.
Yeah.
Jackman.
Okay, Jim Carrey.
Anyways.
Anybody's going to say that because it's Jim Carrey. I mean, I grew up
I'm
on
just
Jim
going
Carrey.
through
It has nothing to do with him
Canadian
being
people right now.
Canadian. It's Jim Carrey. Let's be real. As far as I'm going to say Sunglasses at Night. What's his name?
Kelly Hart.
Carey Hart.
Carey
No,
Hart.
not Carey Hart.
I thought it was Kelly Hart.
No.
Chris Hart? It's a kuh sound.
It's something
It's
hard.
like, I thought it was fucking Brian something.
No. Why are we fucking this up?
Corey Hart.
Corey Hart, thank you.
Corey
Told you it was a kuh sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. You're
My
right.
wife
Corey
is
Hart.
listening back to this like, you fucking idiots. Yeah. Anyways, my personal favorite actor in this movie is Ben Kingsley as Guru Tugamaputa.
Dude, I gotta look that up. That's clearly not what
That's his name.
Tugamaputa.
Yeah.
It's Tugamaputa.
And then there's Guru has a small Shvina. See?
So bad.
See? That's the whole point. I
love
feel
playing
like
on names though.
I
You wanna
feel
hear a
like
new one that I got.
All right, what do you got?
Buster Cherry.
Oh, is this the one your son told me yesterday?
No. I got a million of
Oh
them.
God,
I
Jesus
just-
Christ! All
so
right,
many good
Buster
ones.
Cherry.
I need a Longman. I just made that up. Anita has so many good ones.
Yeah.
They're
Anita
infinite.
Longman.
Yeah, you can just keep going with that one.
Right. Oh my God! You know what? I just realized something. This movie is literally just regurgitated. Every joke is regurgitated from another like a movie. Like Austin Powers does
Every one of his movies,
Yeah.
Steve.
But what I'm saying is, it's almost like at this point he was done trying. You know what I
He
mean?
phoned this motherfucker in hard.
I don't know if he phoned it in. I feel like it was just, I'm done. This is what I got.
I've
This
made
is
all
what-
the jokes I can make.
I need
That's
to
what I'm
make
saying.
money, but make it different the best I can secretly.
That's what I'm
gonna be
saying.
Indian this time, but I'm basically saying the same shit.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe if I put on a wacky voice, nobody will be able to tell.
And there's no Irish person in this movie for the first time in all of Adam.
Scottish.
Right, or Scottish, sorry.
Scottish
Scottish, I fucked that up.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
kilts. Steve,
We also
kilts.
have Daniel Tosh, Kanye West, Jessica Simpson, Val Kilmer, and Mariska Hargitay in this
That-
movie.
I forgot
that
how much I
fight scene-
fucking hate Daniel Tosh.
Forgot how much I hate Kanye,
He's one of those guys
Wait,
that
everybody does.
I hate, but I like to listen
including
to.
Pete Davidson.
And he that fight scene where they're in the bar and they meet Daniel Tosh, right?
It's a bar fight.
And then the band
Yeah.
changes the
Bow,
music.
bow,
they're
bow,
playing.
That's funny.
They just went full classic bar fight
Yep.
scene. It was great.
Roadhouse.
They just start beating each other with chairs over and over.
I was
again.
just gonna say that's the
I was like,
funny
this is
part.
good
They pick up the
slapstick.
chair, boom,
I was like, this
boom.
is decent slapstick. I
right,
saw that.
and then the one guy gets, they're like the big dude pours his drink on the little dude, and,
And the little dude decks him
Yeah.
instead. Yeah, I thought it was great. I
and
thought
then
that
Daniel
part was great.
Tosher and the other guy gets thrown through the window,
Piece
and he
of
got a piece of glass, and then of course Mike Myers turns around and he's got a table leg shoved up his ass, and he pulls it out. And it's like, so dumb,
So fucking stupid.
so dumb.
Up until that part, I think I was. Up until the whole scene was great. That whole fight scene where they're just beating each other's ass. Like, Duck. It just felt like something off Three Stooges.
Yeah,
Classic.
I can get behind slapstick always.
Oh, yeah.
I love a good slapstick joke.
Yeah, I will still watch, what is it, Kevin Smith?
yeah.
It's pretty much slapstick.
I think that's why we all like Evil Dead also, right?
I love- yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Ash is great at Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Slapstick.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, okay, so the part where they do first see Jacques Lecoq, right, drive in and they're hiding out behind the bush. And then he's just like, why, they can't see this. And he's like, this may go badly. And it shows the giant fucking elephant behind him. Come on, that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny. You guys got to admit, there's funny parts.
dude.
I will admit that there are funny parts. I don't think
As a whole, yeah, the movie
I think the racism
On the whole.
the racism very much negates the funny parts. I think the first time it cut to a Bollywood sequence, I was like, "Oh God."
and he's pissing into a fucking cup and they're playing Piss Mop.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
Stink Mop.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that joke. I don't think you should do that. Let's go ask Sonny at that house. I don't think he'd like it.
Let's not ask him.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, that's the point.
No, I got you. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this is produced. Sorry, no. What were
I
you gonna
just
say?
can't help but to laugh at that shit. It's something where you're like watching it, and maybe because I had it at a young age, it doesn't hit as hard. But shit like that comes on, and it always takes me there's a lag time for me to register that this is a bad thing to laugh at. I'm
As
like,
you're laughing, you're like,
maybe
ha
it's-
ha
yeah, no,
ha. I'm in it now. I got to keep laughing. Yeah, I got you. So this was produced by Michael DeLuca and Mike Myers. So he produced this movie,
He was all in on this one.
or maybe he couldn't find
He
somebody
said,
else.
"This is my
to-
magnum opus."
I'm only playing one person this time, unlike
I
every
know
other
this
movie I've
fucking
been
movie
in.
flopped too. This movie had to go.
Yeah,
There's no way it did not flop.
We'll see. We'll get to that in a second. So it was distributed by Paramount Pictures.
Paramount.
It's rated PG-13 for
Large.
crude and sexual content throughout, language, some comic violence, and drug references. What were the drug references?
Was he like?
I don't remember him licking any fucking toads or anything. I don't know.
Maybe it was like during that scene where it was he was playing the Extreme
More
song.
than words.
Oh,
Tell me real quick
best
though.
parts of the movie, Dolly and
Thank
that,
you. I was gonna
best
say.
parts of the movie.
Tell me that
Hard.
cover is not good though.
They were both great.
Yeah.
I would love to see someone play that on a sitar.
Yeah. Right.
I would love to see that.
Hold on. The guy that's on the rollaway fucking pillow. That's hilarious.
Very funny. Yeah.
Is it the Aladdin thing?
Yeah, that was funny.
Dick pants. Not
That's
funny.
a low. That's probably that's a low for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So runtime on this is probably the best part of it for anybody. 87 minutes.
Too long. Way
It's still too long. Still too long.
15 minute skit at best.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't need to add the Cinnabon reference or whatever ad at the end. Pretty sure that was like,
Oh,
we
the
need
end
money.
is
So funny.
Yes, I remember the end.
Oh, you do? Oh, no,
Nope.
you don't because you didn't watch
'Cause I
it.
didn't fucking finish it.
You know what ad like that I really liked was do you remember Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Like the whole introduction to the whole thing was each character and their movies that they start in or their
Scorch your seven or whatever. Yeah.
I loved that. It was and then Robert Downey Jr.'s part. I love little ads, and there's been a few movies, but that one did it perfect.
Interesting how that movie can like get away with all of the same things that this movie tried to do some of it, but that movie's obviously smart enough.
Yeah,
And it's tongue in cheek enough to where you're like, okay, like they get it and they're
it's a weird line it's like
That
not as
line-
patronizing.
that movie
but
fucking
it is.
toes
Okay.
it.
So here's this
And then
is
hard.
Jamie Foxx said it was okay for him to do blackface.
well. Here's the problem.
that was-
Here's the problem.
Pass. Yeah.
When Robert Downey Jr. is doing blackface, there are no jokes about black people.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? They don't go
he
and
plays
do
it straight as fuck.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this movie, they're making fun of Indian culture throughout. He's got a fucking chastity belt, and you hear it go dong when he fucking gets a boner for some reason about
Yeah.
Jessica Alba possibly making out with a girl in college. Okay, whatever. But
The Bollywood scene, like I said.
yeah, the Bollywood scene, even like, what the fuck? Okay, cool, whatever.
maybe
but
they need a safety net. So maybe Tropic Thunder's safety net was, or Robert Downey Jr. in that movie he was playing a dude
disguised as a dude, playing
Dressed
another
as-
dude.
So
Yeah.
he was.
Okay, so we talked about this with Simple Jack too. When it's
Can
funny.
we revisit this
Hold-
movie? I'd love to
oh,
revisit that movie.
We're definitely gonna have a
Maybe
revisit.
at like an anniversary or something because I wasn't here. And
Yeah,
it's
no,
Neither was I.
we'll get there because trust me, I've been thinking of things to do or bring stuff back. That would be the episode that we need to do, and I don't know if it was.
I'll
we
quote
do.
that whole fucking movie right now in front of you.
I mean, little half squat. We could do it. No, but what I'm saying is that movie, like what you said, we brought this up when we were talking about the score, where we had an actor who was playing a mentally challenged person. But does he get away with it in today's world? I think so, because he's not playing a mentally handicapped
Playing
person.
a dude
He's
disguised as a
Playing a
dude.
dude.
Exactly.
Playing a mentally handicapped.
exactly. So within the movie's
Also, I
I
context,
think we
And
just figured
also,
out how
it's like-
Hollywood does it.
Yeah.
It's also the movie within a movie, so it's like twice removed from reality. The point is that it's making fun of itself.
Right.
It's making fun of Hollywood when
Yeah.
they're not aware
Exactly.
that they're doing it.
exactly. And I think
Yeah.
that's how that gets away
It's
with it and
pointing out
still
the
can.
irony.
Yeah.
I like that. The once, twice removed thing. That's
Right.
where the safety net is for these
And
people.
in
This
Tropic
movie
Thunder-
did not,
Back
this movie
then.
did not do that. This
Not at
movie
all.
played it very
Well, no,
straight
yeah.
and not straight at the same time. It was not tongue in cheek. It was not self aware. It was like, let's make fun of Indian people for an hour and a
There's
half.
only one
80
part in
fucking
this
7
movie
minutes.
that's self-aware, and that's when Mike Myers is on screen as himself with Kanye West, making fun of the situation that happened where they were on TV and Kanye West says George Bush does not care about black people.
Yeah.
They made fun of that. That's the only part that was self-aware.
Oh, let's date this movie.
That's-
God damn,
yeah,
Jesus.
That's sorry. That's not cutting it. That's not going to save this movie.
Oh no, I'm not
Yeah, I
saying
was
that.
trying to
I'm just
say-
saying that's the only part of this movie for
That's
10
the only
seconds.
dream inside of a dream inside of another dream.
Exactly, right? Where in Tropic
Whoa.
Thunder, you even have Al Pacino kind of calling out the character playing a black dude.
So Alfred's ass water.
He's like, that's a theme song to the Jeffersons. Just because the theme song
me.
don't make it not true.
He got me.
The best part in Tropic Thunder, I know that we're going off, is when he's all rounding up everybody for their cell phones.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
goes to Robert Downey Jr. and he's like, man, I got no cell phone. I'm head to toe legitimate in 1972 or whatever. I was like, Jesus
He
Christ.
said, I don't do blah, blah, blah until I do the voiceover. What does he say?
I don't break character until I'm done the DVD
That's
commentary.
That's it. Yep.
And guess what? He's in character on the DVD commentary of that movie.
It's so
What?
good. Watch it.
It's-
Watch the
yeah.
commentary.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
You know, okay, here's the idea. We do a commentary watching Tropic Thunder with the commentary track on to do a commentary on a commentary in a movie.
I'm in. I'm fucking in.
we're playing
A dude disguised as a dude. We're getting super meta here. So, The Love Guru was released on June 20th, 2008. Definitely makes me think back and like, wow, I didn't think this movie was around for this long.
2008.
Yeah.
What do you
I
mean it
thought
was not
we were
around,
still in
though?
high school
Like, does
for
it
this,
still
if I'm
show on
being honest.
TV?
No, I'm saying like
I feel
this
like
movie
this-
doesn't feel this old to me. I feel like it kind of just came out maybe 10 years ago. But this is 2 years after I got out of high school.
I think
Like,
that's just dating us at that point. Like,
Yeah, no,
time
I
just
know
starts
that.
To fly once
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just saying, in my brain, this movie's still
Relatively
not-
new.
Yeah, well, not relatively new, but not like a fucking class. Okay, not a classic. You get what I'm saying?
Watch it.
Not a.
I would.
It's
never
not
put
super
it-
old. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But it was.
I got you.
It was. Yeah, it was filmed September 5th, 2007 through November 30th, 2007 in Toronto, Scarborough, Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, and Los Angeles.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they went. I mean, they had to have filmed in Toronto because they are in the Air Canada Centre, which is really cool that the Toronto Maple Leafs even let them fucking do this. But as a laughingstock of the league during that time, I feel like any press was good press, so why the fuck not? Wow. And they're still a laughingstock because, fucking Leafs.
Didn't they have like a couple good years a little while ago?
Look, no year's going to be good until they win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yes.
The last 2 years, they've had the
I
best.
think I just brought up something I probably shouldn't have brought up.
Check out for me.
Yeah, check out, guys. I'm gonna take over. I have been a Toronto Maple Leafs fan since I can remember. I have watched every single game that I possibly can have watched since 2000. Shit, probably before that. I remember watching back in like '94 and shit like that when Doug Gilmour was on the team. But I digress.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, what I'm trying to say is the Leafs have had historically two of the best seasons in franchise history back to back. And this year, they're even better than that. But it's still not good enough to Leafs fans because they still can't get past the first round of the playoffs, so nothing's ever going to happen. And they're cursed, just like this movie says.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cursed.
Maybe there's a relation there, Steve.
There might be, because this
deep
movie just made...
seated
jinxed them.
torment. in you.
Probably, yeah, no.
This movie didn't fucking help.
Look,
That's for fucking sure.
All right, hold on. I'm going to say another thing about the Leafs,
Steve's
and
like,
this has been
They
happening.
need to hire that midget Vernon Troyer.
You are a midget, man.
Which is another thing he does, right? In this
Shrimp?
little person shrimp.
Right. Those are big-ass fucking
Recycled.
shrimps, by the way.
Yeah, there was a fucking big shrimp.
He's
Right.
like midget. He's like, well, I don't like to be called that.
In the Lollipop Guild.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Anyways, budget. What do we think? I'm going to say it for George. This piece of shit cost. I'm going to George first.
This looked like it cost more than an Austin Powers movie.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe 30.
Let's be real. The production value on this movie is very good. Everything
They
about
got
it
big
is good.
stars. They travel, man. They get a fucking elephant. Like
They
I
get
don't know.
2 elephants, bro.
Yeah, they make a buck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
maybe 45.
Okay.
45.
What do you?
50.
50. You going 50.
I'll go a little bit higher. That's because that's high.
That is high. But
It's pretty high.
the actual budget of this movie,
23.5.
$62 million.
What the fuck? Yeah, I
If
see
you
it.
think
I see
about
it.
it,
I see it. Yeah.
It seems like that fucking Ace Ventura 2 kind of.
Well, also,
Lift.
so they filmed a lot in the Air Canada Center. I'm sure the Leafs weren't like, yeah, sure, take it. They probably
Sure,
paid
just
for
take
how
it.
much time they were, using it.
Is he a Leafs fan?
He's a big Leafs fan. Yeah.
I
I mean, you don't make a movie. You don't make a movie
truth
about the
comes
Toronto
out.
Maple Leafs beating the Los Angeles Kings in the Stanley Cup Final if you're not a Leafs fan.
Mike Myers, you're saying?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
movie just sounds, the more we talk about it, the more it sounds like just Mike Myers just jerking off onto the camera roll, honestly. Just like they literally just let him fucking go.
Yeah.
I really don't like that. That's really gross.
Well, you said it.
You mean the movie or the act of jerking off on a camera?
All of it, man. It's the same thing. That's the point. This is
But
This is his
Magnum
terrible baby
compass. What?
yeah.
child.
I don't know.
Is Magnum condom full of compass?
I mean, he's talking about dicks in this movie.
Don't like it.
Accidentally he's made that 100% worse.
Box office.
Compass.
Compass. Get it?
Where's Brett at? He needs this shit up right now. Where the fuck is Brett?
All right. Box office. But I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to tell you what the opening weekend numbers were.
Okay.
Okay.
The opening weekend for this movie was $13.9 million.
Nobody told their friends to go watch this. Nobody. They were all, everybody was like, no, I didn't see that movie.
Or did everybody say you need to fucking see this movie?
Absolutely fucking not.
Is there a point where it's like so bad that everyone's like, go fucking see it?
You said it's
That's what I'm saying.
13.9? Is that what you
13.
said?
So basically $14 million it
14
made in its open weekend. That's
I'm going to say 25.
okay.
I'm gonna say it fucking tanked afterwards. Oh, 20.
This movie made more money than I thought it did.
Shut the fuck up.
40.9.
Well,
That's
Still not good.
You know, 2009.
But that's a lot.
The worst.
2009, you could get, or 2008, you could get away with a lot of these jokes more than you could today. Today,
Yeah,
this movie
obviously.
would not be in theaters. Unless it was an A24 movie about how fucked up movies used to be.
Okay, all right, I get what you're saying. Imagine them making the movie
It would
about the
have to-
love guru.
It would have to be
I would
meta.
say that the majority of the movies we've watched recently in the past few months
Sure.
would not be
Couldn't
as
fly.
tangible in today's day and age, or the bar that's right now. Like, definitely not. I would say at least 50% of the movies. we've watched.
I agree with you. There's a like even Wedding Crashers, right?
We should try to define that clean divide. Like, when does it happen? Wedding
feels
Crashers might do it because Wedding Crashers isn't specifically.
No, but there's certain things in it that you're like, you can't do that today. You know what I mean? So, but even old school, like that movie, definitely you can't do today.
I think
right?
it's just. I think it's more racially driven for the most part.
The racism
Or
is
any,
really
like-
the big one. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
it's you get that movie's still dirty as shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
what Wedding Crashers?
yeah, it's a pretty dirty
But
movie.
but is it like specifically misogynistic? Like I don't
No.
really think so. The guys are, but again,
if
we're
it's
laughing
anything,
at them.
yeah,
they're,
it paints
they're
them
the
as
joke.
weak motherfuckers. Is pretty much what it does.
Yeah, like
So-
so I don't know if that movie is necessarily wouldn't fly.
It's not really degrading women as much.
No,
Either.
I mean, well, think about the opening
It
scene
makes
of
it
that
feel
movie.
like it would be, but I don't think it actually
they
is.
paint it that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's almost like Tropic Thunder. Like
Yeah.
it's very aware of itself. It's tongue in cheek, and by the end of the movie, the girl that he's painting as like this girl who's I think of Isla Fisher's role in the movie. You know that
yeah.
she's kind of
Until the reveal is,
until they kind of mature themselves, especially Vince Vaughn, obviously.
I think there's a few categories you just don't touch for the most part nowadays.
But yeah, nowadays you're right. Yeah.
yeah.
Racism.
Yeah, I think that's a big one.
Unless
Misogyny,
you're
you don't-
unless
you
you're
just
doing
don't-
like Black Klansman or whatever, you can't do a racist movie.
The joke is like the thing is like you don't make fun of somebody for something that they have no control over. Their
Okay.
race,
People
their
also
gender,
use it
all
as
that
a tool
stuff.
now too. So like you see a lot of people using it like in almost a reverse fashion,
right.
where it's like maybe it's a black guy making fun of someone, but like letting him know he's like hyper aware of the racism that's usually pointed at his direction.
Well, that's like a meta commentary
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's
like
the only
don't
time- That's the only time I ever see it.
right, like don't make a movie about some Indian dude in a circle with a fucking pot that they piss in and then they put mops in it and then they fight.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was by far
that's-
the worst.
That's not a meta commentary. That I will tell you that's when I was like, I think I need to take a break.
So
on
when
this
you
movie.
know it is, that's what we're getting at. When you know it is,
When you
and then
go-
you portray it in a fashion.
when you go, this would hurt my Indian friends' feelings.
Oh my god, this whole movie would.
Yeah.
As soon as Mike Myers showed up with that nose and then a Canadian
soon-
accent being like, "I'm a guru." Like,
That's crazy. That's a crazy schnoz too.
It
by the
is. It
way.
really is. And you know
Imagine
what though?
wearing
I'm
that
gonna
all
I'm
the
gonna say
time.
this. It looks pretty good.
It
The
does look
makeup
really
work
good.
looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
sure, they did a good job.
Have
with
you
the
seen?
makeup.
So what about hot? We're not. I know we talked about not going on too many.
It's gonna
tangents.
happen.
Have you seen Batman? Have you seen?
Of
Batman?
course, I fucking saw Batman.
Okay, I just wanna
Fucking-
make sure.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Batman was so
How about
fucking good.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He's
As
a
the
white
penguin.
guy playing a white guy. Go for it. You can make him.
His makeup to play
his
the
voice,
penguin
his acting, everything.
is
convinced.
amazing.
Who the
So
fuck was that?
if you
He
didn't
wore that
know,
around. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
He walked around like he went to Starbucks. He walked to Starbucks in that full hobble
Yep.
cobble pots.
Cobblepot.
And then
Oswald
ordered
Cobblepot.
some ridiculous drink, and no one thought like no one had any idea.
If you didn't tell me that was Colin Farrell, I would have never guessed.
I'm with you.
You
Yep.
had to tell me that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
there's
I
I
nothing-
went to
I
this
pictured
movie
Kelsey, and she was
blind.
like, no way.
Completely blind.
There is nothing in that movie to show you or any like hint that that's him.
That's dope.
That is an Irish man.
That's
Right?
so
Like his-
good.
That is an Irish man.
Right.
Played an Irish man
Yeah.
twice. Besides that, he's always played a different
In
character.
Right, but he's
Bruges
from
and
Ireland. Like that's his
Electra.
accent and everything. Like, look at my man over here.
Is that are those the
Because he
two?
was Bullseye in Electra, right?
Yeah, I believe so. But I don't know if
Bullseye?
was he Irish?
in
When he did Bullseye?
I don't fucking.
Yeah, he was Irish when
Yes.
he did Bullseye, and he
I
was
just know I've
Irish
already
in
locked
Bruges.
that in here as 2.
And in Bruges.
Yeah, which was a great.
In Bruges is so
A
nobody ever
great
talks about how
movie.
fucking amazing, literally
It's so good.
almost a perfect film. I love that movie.
All right, before I digress and get in here, I'm going to say this.
I could talk about
The
Colin Farrell all day.
Batman review is coming at the end of this episode. So if you're listening and you want to listen
so
to
good.
and hear our thoughts about the new Batman, we're going to say spoilers later.
Yeah, we've
But for
devoted
right now-
almost enough time to fuck.
Almost. I'm going to get through my shit. No, I'm going to get through this
Fuck
and then
you.
we're going to,
Right.
shut up. I'm going to get through my stuff and then we're going to go into the Batman. You son of a bitch.
Oh man, remember we talked about Metal Gear for like fucking the whole podcast.
Yeah, that's why I want to, we're going to bring it
Okay,
up.
let's do it.
Box office that week, top 10. Number 10, The Strangers.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie. Number 9, my personal favorite Marvel movie to date,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Iron Man 1.
Anyways,
It's really
You
good.
fuck off, George. That movie came out
Tony
May,
Stark built this in a cave.
right, with a box of scraps.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
He was so mad.
And you know what's awesome? You don't even think that that's Jeff Bridges in that whole movie.
I love Jeff Bridges
Yeah.
He's got
So
a very
good.
distinct voice, though.
for sure.
Jeff Bridges is like that voice of his. You can't really.
Yeah. Here's the crazy thing. This was June 20th. Iron Man was released May 2nd. Right?
That
And
does
it's
not
still-
seem like this movie seems like it was a. This movie is so outdated when it came out.
I don't think
This
anyone. Go ahead, George.
No, you
Sorry.
go. What's up?
I was gonna say I don't think Marvel was as. That was the launch
Marvel,
pad.
yeah, sure.
So
yeah.
no one. That was probably like people were like, "Oh, this is kind of cool and this is pretty dope." But
How
it didn't
much-
really start soaring till after that?
How much
Yeah.
money do you think Iron Man made in its first weekend?
Not as much
16.
as I would like
16
to.
million?
Yes.
What do you think, Walter?
I have no idea. I don't think it was big. I don't think people really cared that much about.
In
Iron
its
Man.
first weekend,
10 to
it made
16.
over $100 million.
Oh,
Shut
did
the
it
fuck
really? How much
up.
did it? Do you know how much they paid for that?
Not off the top of my head, but when I look up these top 10s, I kind of do a little. If
I
I see
remember
something, I'm like,
that-
ooh, let me look at this. Let me look at that.
The best review I ever heard for a movie in my whole life, and I think about it to this day, was somebody saw my friend Chris Roulet saw Iron Man, and I was like, "What? How was it, dude?" He goes, "Here's my review of Iron Man. All I wanted was for it to be longer. I wanted more of
Hey,
the movie."
Okay.
And I was like, "That's the best thing you could
Yeah.
ever say about a movie."
I said that. What was the last movie we saw before Batman?
Uncharted.
Uncharted. Well, didn't I say that in our review? I sat there and I said, I wanted this movie to be 10 to 15 minutes longer.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay in the world.
Yeah,
I thought that
That's
was
the best
because
thing
of
you could
your
say
own,
about a movie.
your own greed for the Unchartedness.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I
Greed.
want that
Yeah.
mustache.
You're right. I want
that-
more screen time with the stash, bro.
Yeah.
did he have a mustache by the end?
Have you seen it?
No.
Can I do you want me
just
to tell you?
me.
Yeah, he does finally. Fuck.
Wow.
They fucking added a scene at the end
They
just to put a
had to.
mustache because people were like, Mark, Sully, no, fuck off.
People get so irate if there's certain things like that. Like the
Look.
I'm there. I'm there with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one cares if you've never played the fucking game.
Right.
Nobody cares.
But give
But
the
we
motherfucker
all
a
will
mustache.
Get online and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, and no one goes and sees the movie all because of the dedicated fans. That's just
Right.
how it pans
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Well, that's like-
they are going to be the loudest ones for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, you fucking suck.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that would
yeah.
be like if I made a Pirates of the Caribbean video game and Jack Sparrow didn't have his mustache or beard or hat. People would
Or
be
he
like,
just
that's
didn't
not
sound
Jack
like Johnny
Sparrow.
Depp. Like
Right.
his lines were written for Johnny Depp, but like
Right.
somebody else did the voice. You'd be like, absolutely fucking not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't deliver them all flamboyantly.
Instead of going, why is all the rum gone? He just goes, why is all the rum gone, guys?
yeah, you would be like, delete.
This is
refund
fucking
from
stupid. Right,
Steam.
exactly.
I don't fucking want this.
Exactly.
That was so good.
I know. Number 8, Sex in the City. Number 7.
Samantha.
Something Number
I
7.
have sex with everybody.
Number 7. You don't mess with the Zohan.
Weird.
That's so weird. Which
Keep
one came-
going.
They come out at the same time?
Yeah.
The exact same time?
Not the same time, but in the same weekends.
That's
like
that's
close
crazy.
to each other. Yeah, exactly.
We should have done a head-to-head episode.
So we talked about this, doing head-to-heads of movies, head-to-heads of movies that are the same that came out that were like
There
whatever.
should have been one.
We could do Volcano. We could do fucking Dante's Peak.
We could do
We could do any alien
Deep
movie.
Impact
and whatever.
Armageddon.
Armageddon. Ooh.
What's up?
I have a soft spot for Armageddon. It's not a good.
Armageddon's so fucking good.
It's just one of those movies that's just so overproduced and awesome at the same time. Just gets so good.
Hey, Steven Tyler right here, you know.
You aren't wrong, dude. That's you.
Number 6, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I want to hear George go, nah.
I've never seen that movie.
Good.
I love Indiana Jones more like Star Wars, and I love Star Wars.
I like Indiana Jones 3.
Shia LaBeouf can kiss my nuts. As soon as he
Shia
fucking
LaBeouf.
goes flying through the jungle and the monkeys are there with him, he's like swinging through. I'm like, I'm out. This
Yeah.
movie
I feel
sucks.
like-
This movie sucked a while ago, but now I don't even want to watch it. I never
Yeah.
really get to that part in the movie. I was like, I will turn this off.
I feel like
right now.
Pirates of the Caribbean 2 had this scene where they're like in the jungle too, and he's like rolling on this big ball, and it's
Where
like,
it breaks, it's made of bones.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I remember having the same feeling. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like the first one is like this like semi-grounded, but there's a curse movie with pirates, and it's like
Right.
a mystery, and it's fun. And then I saw that, and I
It's
was
that-
like,
it's that
what the
bigger
fuck is
thing, man.
happening?
It's that- these
You know what's
It's
crazy?
so
bigger and
fucking
bigger and bigger.
stupid.
You ready to bring it right back around? So Uncharted is the exact same way. The first video game is one way the entire, runtime of that game, except for the last 2 hours,
I love
completely
that.
flips it on its head.
I love how they did that.
And you don't
it's
know-
like Nazi zombie shit.
Right, but you don't know that there's a fantasy element until the end, right?
I love
Same
that.
thing with Pirates of the Caribbean. You think, right? Maybe.
Right.
Until the reveal comes where he walks out into the light and it's like, best believing you're living in one or whatever.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh shit. And now it's fantasy. But Pirates of the Caribbean 2, right off the fucking, beat of the movie, it's fantasy and
Well,
it's
that's-
over the top and stupid.
That's okay with me until they get to the over-the-top action. I can't believe Johnny Depp running on this ball made of bones. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just too much for me.
Right. So to go back to what I was going to say with Indiana Jones, I feel like Steven Spielberg did this thing where he's like, now I can have anything I want because of CGI. I don't have to worry about, I want to do this, but we can't do it. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He went and watched the second Mummy movie and went, I like these monkeys.
The first Mummy movie is so fucking good.
The
Yeah.
first Mummy, yeah.
So good.
Thank you. Because I thought you were going to go another way there. Like
It's
fucking
so
Brent.
good.
No, I
Brent
love
did
that
not
fucking
like that movie.
No, I was on the
What?
episode. I love that movie.
Yeah. The Mummy is, you're gonna hate me. The Mummy, then Indiana Jones.
What?
I'm with him. I gotta
You're
pee.
cool. Whoa. What are you talking? Like the series?
So, like,
The
action
series?
adventure-
Or like Mummy 1 in the first Indiana Jones movie.
Mummy 1.
Mummy 1 to me.
You guys are fucking
Hold
high.
on. Hear me out. I like the action adventure-ness of it. Indiana Jones, even though it's a great movie, time hasn't been good to it, right? So it's kind of losing its luster for me. So when I watch it back, like, it's good, right? But it's still kind of like, it could be
If
a little
I
better.
look, this is how I do this. So this is a
This-
secret. I'm gonna let you in on a secret.
I'm going to
So,
let
right?
you in.
So it's fucking 150 years in the future, and the humans are dead, and then people have to learn from us from
Okay.
these movies, right? And
Indiana
you open
Jones,
a fucking
100%, yeah.
You open up this box, and the box has these two movies in it,
Indiana Jones.
and you watch them both, and you're like, okay. This is the shit. Indiana Jones is amazing. The
So-
Mummy's still good, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
no fucking Indiana Jones.
So without Indiana Jones, the Mummy never gets made, right?
Probably,
so-
I don't know, maybe, but yeah,
No,
yeah.
not the way it is.
It
you know
definitely
what I mean?
paved the road for some awesome shit.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to have one to have the other. So am I saying that The Mummy is a better movie than Indiana Jones? No, I'm
You
saying
just like it more.
I'm saying if I was thrown these two movies today and said which movie would you rather watch, I would rather watch The Mummy than I would Indiana Jones 9 times out of 10. But that's not because the movie's any better. It's because I just enjoy that movie today more than I'd enjoy any Indiana Jones movie.
Okay. Well, I'll take it. Everyone's got their opinion.
Right.
Whether it's wrong or not,
but
you know?
Those are still like 9 out of 10 movies, both of them. And
But I have such a
Yeah.
wholesome experience with Indiana Jones. My grandpa had
Yeah.
like 4 VHS movies, and
you said this on
And 3 of
yeah.
them were Indiana
yeah,
Jones.
and I'd go up there, and he had a New Hope was one, and then he had those, and I would always grab one and put it in every time I went. I love Indiana Jones. It's so good.
Even Temple of Doom, that movie's trash.
Everything but
honestly.
Crystal Skull, and supposedly the new one they might make, that sucks ass.
They can suck it. Have you ever gone down to Florida and gone to the stunt show that they have
Oh
down
yeah,
there? It's awesome.
So
everyone,
good.
They had it at the one in California too.
Yeah.
They have it at both. So.
Both.
So good.
Number 5,
Dun, dun, dun.
The Happening.
Wow, another of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen in my life. This is a
I forgot
really
about
bad
that movie.
week for
Mark
fucking
Wahlberg just going,
movies.
Is that
I'm
the
not
one where the
gonna
grass
kill
kills him?
you.
The grass is the trees are
The
killing
trees are
everybody?
killing everybody. Yeah.
The dude, the lawnmower in the beginning, and
Yeah.
just gets run over
I
by
will
the
say the trailer for this movie was so good.
I saw it in theaters because I was like, I'm
dude.
yes,
the trailer
I'm
was
fucking
so
in.
ominous and so like, wow, this is gonna be great. M. Night Shyamalan, like,
The
come
editor-
on.
The editor of the trailer and the director of the trailer should have made the fucking movie. It would've
I
been
think there's
sick.
a handful of these movies that do that, right? Where it's like they show you something and it looks so good, but then the twist just shits the bed.
That's
You
what I
know
hear
what I'm
about
saying?
The Village, but I actually like The Village.
I thought The Village was good.
Thank you.
I
yeah.
thought
The
The
Village
Village
is
was
good until people go, well, that's a stupid twist. How would they live in the real world too? No, that's not the point of
stop
the movie.
Thinking about all that,
Exactly.
whatever. Just
Exactly.
embrace it. Yeah, I like that movie.
I was watching one with Nicolas Cage, and the world was about to
Knowing.
end. And then they ship the kids off like Adam and
space,
Eve at
yeah.
the end. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck?
Everything before
Literally,
that.
I'm like,
Everything before
it
that
bad?
movie is amazing.
Yeah, it got to
and
the
then
end, I'm like-
Knowing,
yeah, watch the first hour and then just turn it off.
I'm gonna forget everything you said
that
as I
twist
usually do.
Yeah.
just backhands you.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're an idiot. Bow.
Dude, oh my god, it was so
you
good.
sat this whole time for this fucking movie. Bow.
The special effects in that movie were great. Everything leading up to, like, he's writing down all these numbers and the dates are corresponding to big events that were happening and blah blah blah. And you're like, this is fucking crazy. What's it gonna be? And then no,
Wow.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do
yeah.
it.
Like, there's a lot of movies out there now that I watch, and as it gets to like how good it is before the twist, I'm like, the twist is gonna be bad because you can't live up to the
Then
hype
just
you're
don't
making
do a
yourself.
twist. Then just don't do a twist.
Right. I'm watching this show right now. It's on Netflix. It's a dude who's like, what is it, studio or something about UHF tapes. And he's like salvaging them, making them better. And he's watching what's going on. And it's like going back and forth between the real world and him. And I'm like, the twist is going to be so bad, but everything leading up to what's going to happen is amazing that I just want to stop watching it because I want my brain to come up with what's going to happen because it's just going to be better than what's actually going to happen.
Sure.
I love unexpected endings, and I hate twists that suck. The twist / ending that I've enjoyed the most out of every movie I've ever watched was The Mist.
So fucking
Dark.
awesome. Dark.
It's so dark. I remember being in awe.
He just
I've never
blasts
been
everybody.
so held
Sticks a
back
gun
by
in his
an
own
ending.
mouth.
The fact that he doesn't die and then seconds later has to see
Irony
that
like
shit.
you've ever seen.
I was like, this is amazing. It's like the worst payoff in movie history.
That's-
I've never seen a.
But
One
the
of
best
movies I've
payoff,
ever
like-
fucking seen.
I
in my
love it.
life.
It's so
I
fucking
love
good.
that fucking movie. Honestly, and everything up to
Political
that is great
stuff
too.
is great too. Yeah, every bit
Yeah.
about it.
I love that fucking
Societal-
movie.
Yeah.
That fucking monster touches that, like, as a monster movie, it even pays off. The monster touches that kid like this, and it like takes all his skin off just by touching him. Dude, that was fucked. That is a fantastic film.
Thank you, sir.
We should put that on the list.
We should. The show I was talking about is called Archive 81. It's actually really good. Like
check
it's super ominous, super like thought provoking, and like I like it because it's a little slow, but when it hits, it hits. You know what I mean? Like I like that kind of shit. So
I don't have Netflix anymore.
number 4, The Love Guru.
Why?
The number 14.
The number 14. All right, top 3. We're gonna go top 3 in no particular order. We're gonna guess. Get Smart, The Incredible Hulk, and Kung Fu Panda.
Do we ever get like dates that they release?
So I mean,
Because that would help out immensely. with
I know that
stuff
would
like
help
this.
out, and I thought
Is
about
that
it.
cheating?
That's why I'm like, it could be cheating because
Kung
No,
Fu
I don't think
Panda
that's
is one of
cheating at
my-
all. I think that's necessary information. Honestly.
Kung Fu Panda is one of my favorite
it's a great movie.
Yeah, that movie's
animated
fantastic.
movies of all time.
Yeah, even the second one's good.
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh. Skadoosh. All right.
So wait,
yeah.
so it's Kung Fu Panda. What were they again?
Get Smart, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
I will say Kung Fu Panda,
Okay.
Incredible Hulk, Get Smart.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the first two. I would say the Hulk, Kung Fu Panda, and then Get Smart.
Okay. So the
I like how you
actual,
do that. It makes my brain work better that way.
it is number 1, Get Smart. Number 2, The Incredible Hulk.
Was
Number 3, Kung Fu Panda.
what is Get Smart? What is that?
I saw Get Smart. It's Steve
What
Carell
is
and
it?
Anne Hathaway, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a
The Rock's in it.
It's a reboot of like an old show called Get Smart.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that was.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters. It was not great, but I love Steve Carell.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
didn't
do
they
too.
make a
Steve
sequel?
Carell's great.
I hope not.
I think they did. I really think they made a sequel.
I don't think you're right, but you could be right.
I'm pretty sure they made a sequel. The Tomatometer time.
The tomatometer.
The Tomatometer. George. Thank you.
Of the fucking Love Guru, 14.
14. Okay. Wally.
A 40.
A 40.
Wow.
The Tomatometer for critics is a 13%.
Okay.
George, you're close. You had said 14.
Appropriate.
Appropriate. Yeah. I'll give you that.
I should have all those negative YouTube comments. that I saw.
Come on, what were you thinking? Just
I saw-
aggregate those in
I
your
feel-
fucking brain.
Well, we talked last week, and I was like, the parts we mentioned were the people that loved it, and they're
Yeah.
like people that messaged. But I clearly understand now that I'm 100% wrong.
100% wrong. So
The haters are just as bad.
the audience score, what do we think, George? Think it's
a
any
little
better?
higher, maybe 27.
27. All right. Walter.
30.
30. The audience score is a 33. So Wally, look at you.
Good job, Wally.
Getting in the audience.
It's skill.
You know. All right. The IMDb
No more Gene Bean for
Yeah.
you, Steve.
International Movie Database score 3.8. This is the lowest IMDb score we have had so far.
Yep, deservedly
I
so.
was waiting for him to say that.
It's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't deserve a decision reel.
It's really
episode.
bad. It's got a few
fucking
good
bad.
laughs. There we go. That's
It's got
That's
some-
my short sentence long review.
They do not redeem the movie in any way. It is an irredeemably bad movie.
I will watch this movie again only if my friend tells me to watch it, Steve. That's the only time I'm ever going to watch this movie again.
Sorry,
Thanks,
Steve.
Wally.
I will fucking play a video game on my phone through the whole fucking
Steve's
thing.
like,
See,
Steve's
that's
like, "Look,
what a
man."
best friend is, though, right there.
He's like, yo, man,
Yeah,
we got to
watch this
do
movie.
this. I'm like, all right, fuck.
Fuck. It's cool. I didn't even watch it. Fuck it. Yeah. All right. If you had to pick a favorite character, we got George. Or if you want to do a least favorite
Can I
character,
just nuke all of them? Like,
all
I
right, go
don't
for
fucking
it.
know.
Give me a giant.
Favorite character?
Oh, this is even better.
Nobody. I'm sorry. I don't like anybody in this movie. There's nobody who is redeemable. They should all be fired for having been in it. At least favorite character, Mike fucking Myers, like, obviously.
Well, Jessica Alba's the only one that doesn't like. I feel like you'd be fine with Jessica Alba.
I like her when she does
She's
the
a
whole
terror-
like I like me, I'm not gonna let
She's
you
very
talk shit.
pot.
like that's an okay. I guess Jessica Alba's my favorite. I guess.
Which
I
is
guess.
so bad
Sure.
because she's easily probably the worst actor.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel in
she's
this
not.
movie.
She's not a good actress. Let's be real.
which is bad. Which is bad.
Which is bad. Wally, do you got anything?
Yeah. Let me think. I'll go with Justin Timberlake just because it was so
JT.
obscene.
All right, Justin
I
Timberlake
think
was pretty funny.
I think it was even
and
more.
he wasn't super offensive, really. He was making fun of himself and having a big cock. Like that's pretty
Well,
funny.
you could say he's appropriating Quebec culture because he's making fun of
He's
people
not
from
Canadian.
Quebec. Justin Timberlake is not Canadian.
I don't know.
He's making
Oh.
fun of French Canadians.
Is it
by
offensive
talking-
to you?
I'm not French Canadian. I think it's
Would you think it
hilarious.
would be offensive to a French Canadian?
Yes, I do.
Well, then fuck.
But
fuck Justin Timberlake too.
But fuck French Canadians. So
I was about to ask. I've never asked you. I've known you for so long, but I've never asked you if you dislike French Canadians before.
I have a lot of French Canadian friends back home, and
This is
those
a
people are nice.
touchy-
Those people are
this is a
nice to
touchy
me. Yeah,
subject.
I like them, but they're not. If you go to Quebec, fuck those people. Like,
It's just they're more French
no, they're more.
than Canadian, is what you're saying.
Is Toronto the place to be?
That's just full of Indonesian people.
Toronto's more Indian people. Like this movie's making fun of. But if you go to Quebec and
Starting to
you
make full
ask,
circle.
and you ask anybody on the street, hey, do you know where this is? And if you're speaking English, they'll look at you and say, fuck you, and they'll spit on you.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Because you're not speaking Quebecois,
Fuck them.
Francais.
Fuck 'em.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Here on the decision round.
On the decision reel, we
Fuck 'em.
we have fuck 'em. All right, I'm gonna say my favorite character was, like you said, Justin Timberlake is fucking great in this movie. Everything about him, like the part where he's like, "I will punch you in the shirt," like that's hilarious.
The funniest line. in the
Right,
whole-
right.
I literally laughed out loud. I've been saying that for days. Since
Exactly,
that. Punch
exactly.
you in the shirt. Funniest shit I've ever heard in my
Right.
life.
Like, you know, in the porno, like it's fucking funny.
Punch you in the shirt redeems this movie.
A point. You get 1
when I
point,
get to
yeah.
point,
Is that
that's why.
Is he the equivalent to like a big boobed bimbo?
I
But it's
guess,
just
yeah.
like
Yeah, maybe.
a big dick ding dong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it.
I like
Strong
how.
parallels.
I forgot about that. God, that was funny.
And then again, when he's like, "It's Celine. It's my day of lucky." Like, it's hilarious. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
And then he's getting his head hit against the fucking post, and he's like, "Oh, that was a good one." Like, it's fucking funny.
So polite.
Yeah. Anyways, and then also I love Stephen Colbert as the
He was good.
and it's just seeing him descent into madness as he was probably understanding the movie he was working on, and it was
Yeah.
probably just real. Like, that was funny.
He was
And
like, "Oh, fuck."
allow me to Calistrate. And then he fucking shows his giant cock with the fucking balls, and then he's drawing like the hair on top of it.
Oh my God.
It's funny. It's really funny. Is there a favorite part or scene that George has?
Punch you in the shirt.
Okay.
That one line,
Yeah.
period, end of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Wally.
This is another one of those, like, the stereotypical Mike Myers scenes where he's just yelling at Vernon Troyer. And he's just he's like preferred to be called little people.
Right.
He's like, who the fuck is this guy? That's probably it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of like quick one-liners / making. I love that shit. That stuff's great. I love the play on words. And I love the gunfire of comedy.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
I'll give you that. Yeah. I got a couple favorites because I got to. The tiny office scene is fucking hilarious. Everything in that office, they made Vern Troyer's size. I don't know if you've seen that
No, I
part.
didn't make it that far.
Okay, it's hilarious.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
When Mike Myers just stands up and puts his head through the roof, that's hilarious. Everything about that room is just so fucking funny. He's got the tiny little water cooler
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Like, it's hilarious.
I completely forgot about that part till just now.
Yeah, it's funny. The Quebec pizza part, like we've been talking about, is funny. The club scene with Celine Dion is great. The
National
fucking
treasure.
the fact that they actually show real hockey being played is a big thing. There's a lot of movies, like even the Mighty Ducks, they show hockey, but it doesn't look real. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like staged hockey, whatever. They actually showed hockey. There's a couple parts where, you know, he's being a little extra Darren Roanoke and whatnot, but whatever. It works in the you know, the thing of the movie. I like that. And then all the Hockey Night in Canada
Was
scenes
there-
were pretty fucking good too to me.
How many black hockey professionals were there
At that time,
Yeah.
there was a bunch. I mean, not
there a
not
bunch?
like,
Like over a dozen?
oh yeah. But not like every team has like 6 of
Part
them.
of me is like trying to find stuff that offsets a lot of these racial driven things.
I got you.
Like,
So
maybe
at that,
that was something
yeah.
they tried
They're really
to
trying to
do.
defend this movie really hard.
Yeah.
I'm always there to try to like figure out like why they do things.
sure. So at that
and
time,
that's not a common decision.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
have a black professional hockey player. You
I
know?
thought that was a good
nothing
decision.
wrong with it, but
right.
I'm just
No,
saying
there's
that's
anything wrong
not
with
common.
that.
You know,
Not that there's
it's not a
anything
common
wrong
thing.
with it. Yeah. So at that time, Anson Carter was a big hockey player in the NHL who was African American. He played at this time either on the Rangers or the Vancouver Canucks. I can't remember, but he did actually play for Los Angeles Kings for a while. Kevin Weeks was a goalie who was on the Rangers as well. He had a very prolific career. He's actually now a TV analyst. So is Anson Carter, actually. He's on TNT with Wayne Gretzky talking and everything, which
I have
is
no
pretty
idea who
cool.
these people are, but they're all.
You know
black
who Wayne
hockey
Gretzky
players.
is.
Well, I know who Wayne Gretzky.
Obviously.
You caught that at the end of me saying
Right,
that.
I
but
know, I
yes.
know. Yeah, so, I mean, there was a bunch of, you know, black
Gotcha.
African-American players, but there was never like, this is the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, he was
yeah.
never, there was never.
I was curious.
I got
I'm trying to find some sort of
No
redeeming
problem.
feature.
George, were you entertained watching this movie at all?
Punching in the
yawning.
shirt made me laugh. No, mostly I was like literally horrified.
I was horrified.
Mostly, yes.
Wally.
I'm not even
He
kidding.
said literally horrified. yeah, there's parts that are funny. This movie just isn't a good movie though. So, you know, it's like the plot doesn't get me. It's just there's certain shining bits of comedy that I'm there for, but everything else, yeah. I'll watch every other Mike Myers movie first before this.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
It had I guess it had a couple funny moments, but I would not say I was entertained.
Yeah. Oh, I laughed. I laughed watching snippets today. So it's fine. I'll
got
take
you.
it. But
I'm gonna-
part of me is like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm entertained by this movie just because it's that, I don't know, it's like a comfort movie for me almost. Like, I know every part of this movie. I'll watch it whenever it's on. It's not a good movie. I think if anybody's watched this or listened to this podcast, they know I like shit. Terrible movies, right?
I like
you
shit
know, I'm
movies.
glad to hear at least you admit it. You know, we all do. Like,
Right, but that's what I'm
Everyone
saying.
can like
Detective
shit
Pikachu
movies.
is one of my favorite movies. I don't give a fuck.
I thought that was great.
Thank you. I
What?
agree. Is it? I mean,
Is it a cinematic masterpiece?
I don't know what the
no,
reviews
but
say, but I will watch that movie every fucking day. I love Detective
right
Pikachu.
now here's the perfect analogy for what you're saying there. You love that movie because why? You're seeing real life Pokemon on the screen,
Fuck
right?
yeah.
You're seeing all this stuff as a
And
child
just
that you
wanna
wanted
see your
to see.
fucking Leafs win, man.
Maybe that's a part
That's
of what
what
I
I
want
was
to
saying
see,
earlier.
right? Or I'm just going back to other
Dissect
movies.
the mind.
Exactly. Other movies of things that you like, and like Ace Ventura 2, you know what I mean? Like that's my kind of comedy versus Ace Ventura 1. So that's what I like, right?
Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah, there's
Whatever.
the nostalgia plays hard. We're all just humans.
Oh yeah.
I got you. Okay. So we're going to do this real quick. The fun facts of the fucking week.
You put more bass in your voice in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
facts
go.
of the fucking
Maybe I just need George to do it for me.
That would probably be
Or
good.
I'll put him behind me
The first-
in it.
Hey,
Oh.
just hit a line right now and he can cut it.
The fun facts of the fucking week.
I mean,
Sorry, I
that's
laughed.
really good.
I showed,
My
it,
bad.
I showed it to my new job today, and the first thing my boss says is, "You don't look like you sound on the phone."
That's a true statement.
We have a comment on one of our YouTube channels. It was like, man, George is not what I thought he would look like.
Really?
Yeah.
What? I gotta see it.
Anyways, during the scene where Guru Pika and Rajneesh are singing More Than Words, the man waving a lighter on the Guru Pika's hybrid pillow is a real member of the crew. He also appears at the beginning of the movie after Guru Pika sings 9 to 5 when he takes his pillow off camera.
Is a fucking hybrid pillow a bed pillow?
It's the pillow that he like gets on and drives away
Yeah.
because it's like remote controlled. It's amazing. Again, that's fucking funny.
It's funny because he named it a hybrid pillow.
That's
That's what.
true.
That's why it's
That
funny.
is very funny.
After the fact,
You're right, you're right, you're
Yeah.
right. As revealed on an episode of Through the Keyhole in 2013, Vern Troyer said he kept much of the small-sized furniture in Coach Cherkoff's office that was designed for this movie and used them in his own house.
That's so good.
He was like top whatever little like size wise, right? He was
Yeah,
like
he was
some
small.
of the
Yeah.
small. He was like one of the smallest individuals.
Yeah, because if you look at him, he's not a normal. I don't know what people like that are. Dwarfs,
people,
little
right?
peoples,
Yeah, little people.
midgets. I don't know what they
I
want to
believe
be
that's the
called.
preferred vernacular. Yeah, I
Please,
believe it's
please.
Little people is
Sure.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at him compared to other little people, like if you ever seen the second Jackass movie where they have the fucking fight inside the bar with the two
All the
little people with Wee
it's
Man,
hard not to say midgets, right?
right? And then the police come in and
I
they're
have-
little people, and the ambulance people come in and they're little people. Some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. They're not Vern
It's-
Troyer size.
Can we review a Jackass movie? There's no. It's just we'd be talking about like skits and scenes the whole time.
The thematic scenes of
but I-
Jackass. No,
Probably have never laughed as hard as I have at any other movie, like I did in Jackass. Like any Jackass movie, I'm crying.
yeah, but I
Like,
mean, it's yeah,
hysterically at the end. Like
yeah, but it's not a movie. You know what I mean? Like
know.
it's,
I don't know how
but it
we-
works.
yeah, I don't know how we would just.
all Jackass movies.
I think we could talk about it. Fuck it. We talk about fucking random shit. We could talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely
Like a
could do
wiener
that.
count.
We definitely a wiener count. 1,700. In 1998, it was reported that Mike Myers would be playing 4 characters in the Austin Powers "The Spy Who Shagged Me," the 4th being Austin's love guru. This character finally surfaced in the starring role of this movie.
So it is all the shit's been in the back burner.
Wait, how many
Basically,
characters
it's
does
on
he have?
So in the second movie, he was supposed to play 4 characters. The
The second
4th,
Austin Powers movie?
correct. The 4th being his love guru.
Fat Bastard, Dr. Evil, Austin Powers, and this guy.
Correct.
Mm.
But obviously he's not in this movie, and then he ended up writing him for this movie.
Fat Bastard he gets away with because he is Irish, right?
Irish
Scottish.
descent or Scottish, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you can get away with that. Dr.
Sure.
Evil is a caricature. Austin,
That
you
was,
know, that's just a
Dana
white
Harvey's.
guy. You can make fun of white guy if you're a white guy.
He's British.
Yeah.
Evil.
It's so evil.
That was him making fun of a dude making fun of a dude.
He was making
Basically
fun of
was.
Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
But it was actually what's his face off of Wayne's World's impersonation of
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lorne-
Making
yeah,
fun of
Dana,
a dude.
Dana Carvey, yeah.
Dana Carvey,
Yeah. The song playing on the radio station Pika changes to in the car after the bathroom scene is what song, guys?
I don't. I didn't. watch
Ooga Chaga. I don't know. I don't.
It has to do with Wayne's World.
it. Feeling.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep.
What?
Yep. And of course,
My
George
mind's-
wasn't paying attention.
Nope, I was asleep by this point probably.
Yeah, probably.
I was not even 5 in.
For real?
Yeah, I felt bad. Like I'd woken up and
But
I
you've
was
seen it
like,
before.
Yeah, I've seen it twice before this. Once with Steve, and then once again afterwards as I was cooking dinner one time. I don't think I made it through that one either.
Interesting.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Vern Troyer's character name is a homage to legendary Toronto Maple Leafs coach Punch Imlach.
Punch. What's his name? In
What
this
was it
movie?
again? Punch
Cherkoff.
Cherkoff. That's what
As of 2022, the Toronto Maple Leafs have the longest active Stanley Cup drought. Their last Stanley Cup championship occurred in 1967.
Jesus Christ.
My dad watched that.
When he was a baby.
Yep.
How old was your dad then? Was he like 5, 6?
So he was
Is it
born in
60s?
56.
Okay, so your dad was
So he was 10.
barely
He was 10 or
pre-teenish.
11, depending on
Yeah.
when it was, yeah. So Oprah Winfrey and Celine Dion were both approached to cameo in the film. Neither was available for the scheduled filming dates, but they both consented to being represented via stock footage and, in Winfrey's case, a voice impersonator. In editing, however, it was found that the stock footage they had of one of Celine Dion's concerts could not be matched with the movie's own footage, forcing them to represent Dion via a single long shot of a body double.
Oh, that's fascinating. That was also long as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss
Oprah
Celine-
Winfrey. She's been one to getting away with it for a very long time, too.
You're right.
I do like Sister Act, though.
That's not.
Sister Act
Is Oprah Winfrey in Sister Act?
That's,
Oh, not Oprah. Sorry.
That was
Wow.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. Oprah was in some movies though.
I love Oprah.
I do too. I kind of miss her show. Harpo.
I do love Oprah. Well, at least she used to. Maybe when I was a kid.
Okay. According to Stephen Colbert, from an interview with Chris Rock, Colbert and Jim Gaffigan improvised their scenes because they were filmed during a writer's strike.
Oh.
That's very interesting to me.
Maybe that's why I didn't have a lot of...
Maybe that's why this movie is such a train wreck, George.
Yeah, probably. And the racism.
And the racism, because they didn't have anybody to write it. So,
So Mike Myers is racist.
right.
That's what we're getting at.
I guess, yeah. That's
He's the kind of
exactly what it
racist
is.
where he's
Deductive.
like, where he like doesn't know he's racist, I think.
He thinks it's funny, but it's racist.
Yeah.
He's just outdated.
He would have voted for Obama a third time if he could have.
Outdated.
Is that racist?
Have you seen Get Out?
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
I would have voted
Like
for Obama for 3 times too.
Yeah, that's the joke in the movie.
Okay.
The parents are super racist,
Oh,
and that's
oh,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
their like I can't
Yeah.
I can't be racist. I
I
have
vote-
black
yeah, I
friends.
voted
You know,
for
that's
Obama,
that's
okay.
that thing.
I played basketball.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got you. Okay, final decision time. I'm going to Wally first because I'm going to say
Is this, do I
George.
like this movie? Or
No,
you
out
want
of
the
10.
fi-
I
Okay.
want a number out of 10. Out of 10?
I'm at a 5. Dead on.
5 dead on. What is George at? 1.
1. Yeah. I'm sorry I can't be more lighthearted and fun, but this is a 1. And it's only for a punch you in the shirt. That's very funny.
Punch you in the
I think-
shirt.
and
and
I
its
like-
delivery's great too.
So I like how we talk about what these numbers mean. I think that's very, very important. A 5 for me specifically is if it's on, I'm not going to watch it. But I don't. It's not like something I necessarily fucking hate. You know,
Yes, sir.
you get into a 3, it's like, oh, I actively dislike this fucking movie. And when you get to that 2 and the 1, I'll light this fucking thing on fire.
Yeah.
I never want to. I'm not going to tell you to watch this.
Right.
I avidly hate this movie. I think that's where I stand.
Okay.
with my own personal account.
That makes sense. I'm like you. So I'm going to give this movie a 5 as well.
Okay.
I like this movie. Trust me. I will watch this movie any day somebody says, dude, have you seen The Love Guru? And I say, let's fucking put it on. It's not a good movie. This movie is not good whatsoever. But it's funny to me. It's me and my wife, if she wants to watch it, we'll put it on and fucking laugh with ourselves. We'll say the lines to each other because it's maybe, you know what? I think I just realized why I like this movie. It's something that me and my wife enjoy together.
That's beautiful and very sweet.
Thank you. And I think
You ever buy a T-shirt of something you love, just so you can talk to people about it when they see it?
Yes.
Purple Rain. I have
You like
that shirt.
Purple Rain?
Yeah.
The album and the movie?
Yeah.
I love the album
But
and
this
the
is
movie.
that-
How have we never
okay.
talked about
I
this?
don't know.
This is that.
Now we are. Look at that. Look. Wally just proved it.
How many?
you.
Yeah.
How
I
many
love-
people have you just had Anchorman quotes with? How many people have you
Right,
had just
sure.
like that's what that comes down?
Right.
And it
A
gets even more
whale's
intimate
vagina.
with movies that you don't think other people would like. So you find someone, you have a conversation,
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
and then
yeah.
you quote a
And
movie
or
that's
the more obscure
off,
the reference,
and it's
for
like
sure.
the more tighter the bond, Steve. So that might be why you're married.
Oh, look at that. Because
You know
we
what
like
I'm
The
saying?
Love Guru. That's what's keeping my
Broken
marriage
it down.
together.
You're in a rough
The
spot.
love
Time
guru.
to fight.
I'm in a rough spot if the love guru is keeping us together. Well, you know what I think? Honestly, I think it's. Hold on. I think it's Wayne. All right, we're gonna get deep here. I think maybe
Yeah.
we chose March Myers because me and my wife love Mike Myers movies. My wife absolutely
We should
is in her
have
top.
as the decision reel.
We should have had.
Is she here tonight right now?
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
She's been working her
Is she
ass off.
upstairs right now?
She
Oh,
is,
okay.
but she's not gonna walk.
Tiffany!
She's been working. I think so. She loves So I Married an Axe Murderer. She loves this movie. She loves the Wayne World
should've-
movies.
It's
Like
all
you know what I
making
mean?
sense now, goddamn.
So
She
it
could
is
have
all
taken my
making
spot
sense.
for March Myers.
Shut the fuck up, George. You're an integral
I
part
love
of the
Austin
show.
Powers. I can't wait
I
till we
like,
fucking
I like
hit one of
Austin
those.
Powers 2.
2. All right.
I love the first one.
All right. So at the end of this, I'm saying I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So with that, we're going to transition to one thing first before
Sure.
we're going to transition to another thing that we're going to try and get out quick.
Why are you being so?
George, what?
Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
It is your pick for March Myers next week.
Wayne's World.
The first one?
Wayne's World 1.
Probably the
Wayne's
most
World
prolific.
1. Yeah, I mean,
Hands down.
probably
deserves
should
it.
have started
I'm
the month
glad.
with
Probably
it.
Yes.
Should have started. Well,
I was about to say, I'm
So I
glad
Married
we're-
an Axe Murderer was very good also. But Wayne's World
That was your
just,
hidden gem.
Yeah.
That was kind of your hidden gem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve's kind of.
We had to go. We had to go to the bottom of the barrel
Yeah.
to go to the
And
top of the barrel.
Yeah.
And now we're at the top. We're at the
Wayne's
we're at
World
the top, bro.
is,
We're going
is,
Wayne's World.
is excellent. It is, I dare say, a perfect comedy in my opinion.
Ooh, that's bold words.
Bold statement.
It's,
So
the writing is clever. It stands up today. It's non-offensive. It's very, very, very good.
yeah, I agree with that. So we'll get to that next week. But for anybody who's still listening, this is now the Batman review.
Fucking Batman.
Can I? I'm gonna go first.
I want Wally to
I'm
go
gonna
first.
This is not. I'm not gonna do like any general synopsis to this movie. I have not watched a movie ever in my life that had a better score than this movie.
And used
So thematic.
effectively.
It's perfect. It's so perfect. As soon as someone comes on the screen, their music pops up. Like the Batman felt like Darth Vader. It was so ominous and it was horrifying.
What a great statement.
The music in his stuff is almost the same. So if you go back and watch Rogue One when Darth Vader pops
Is
in,
it the same guy?
it's
the
no,
same-
no. It's,
Oh, okay.
it's the same style.
Feel.
Yeah, I got
and
you.
not only that, it's all instrumental
Horrifying
minus.
and bold.
It's
and-
perfect. It's
yeah.
on a fucking piano. It's
I'm
a
with you.
piano and strings. It's
And you know
fucking
why
perfect.
it's so good? Just like we were talking earlier, the music breathes, right? There's no like it's like
if you turn this off, if
Yeah.
you turn the movie off and you listen to just the music,
Oh my God, I'm doing
it's
it.
still an emotional journey.
That's
It's
like a
100%
soundtrack I
of
could
your-
listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is
For sure.
this is
Steve
the
said it best.
reason
He bought it
why
on vinyl. We were watching. He's like, Steve, this would be something I'd buy on vinyl.
and that's what I was just gonna say.
Absolutely.
This might make me buy a record player
Yeah.
and the vinyl
It's so
just for
fucking
it.
good, man.
Just to have it. I have no room for it in my
It's
house,
that
but I'm
good.
gonna make room
Come
for
on,
it.
dude. You got room.
I
Tell
need
me
to let
where.
this movie settle too, right? I was like, I don't know if I'm in a honeymoon phase after this, but I
Look-
let it sit for a little bit and I thought about it and I was like, this is fucking phenomenal. There's very, very, very few things where I was like, nah.
I said some big words after that movie was over, and I let it settle. My wife says this every time. I know I keep bringing up my wife on this, but you know what? She's my other best friend besides Wally.
We should got married.
And she says this. She says, you always say the movie was good, and then 2 days later, you're like, nah, this fucking
Exactly.
part, or this fucking part, or this fucking part. I have thought and crunched the numbers on the Batman.
So good.
The data
It's
analysis.
So good.
The data analysis come back,
fucking good.
and I've run the numbers again. This movie is one of the best movies I have ever seen from top to bottom.
I agree.
And you want to know why? We talked about it earlier. And I just said it with the music. The movie allows itself to breathe and allows you to think about what's happening on the screen.
3 fucking hours.
Some people
God
will say,
damn.
hold on. Some
I
people
wish it was longer.
that's what I was going to go with, right? Some people will say that, oh, it's too long and I'm
that second
bored
one so
and I fell asleep during it because there was nothing happening. What the fuck did you fall asleep to?
You know what? People are spoiled by these Marvel movies that are like a laugh a minute. There's these comedy action movies.
Industrialized.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry. That's a formula.
Exactly.
Get over it because it's a
And
different kind of fucking movie.
I'm not even going to the Marvel whatever. I'm just saying that I don't like a movie that thinks for you. I don't like a movie that tells you how to feel. I don't like a movie that says you should be feeling this, you should be thinking this. I want a movie that makes me think.
These are the facts. Take
Right?
them as you will.
Now, I'm saying this after I said I love The Love Guru, right? Because it makes me not think. But in a serious movie, I want to think, right? I want to sit here and I want to go, what the fuck is going on? Or why is this happening? Or whatever. And the movie allows me time to work it out.
Yeah,
I've never seen a movie do that.
I see that. It changes direction for a little while. It makes you think of other stuff, and then it
I would arguably say,
Yeah.
right, in a world of Batman movies, that this, and I might give it a little longer, but this one right now hangs higher than Dark Knight.
I am
for
with
me.
you. I'm
This-
with you, and I've been thinking about that since I saw it, and
Because the
I'm with you.
performances in that movie were so fucking good. They were amazing. Every bit of it.
I
Every bit
hate-
of it. And
right-
This one was like, this one was great. Like I said, this one is so perfect. It felt like a comic book. It felt like a movie. It felt like a video game. It kind of felt like everything to me in every different little part. It felt like me listening to a score. It felt
Here's-
like everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I see people complaining about, oh, he's just an emo Batman. What is emo about him? That he's wearing makeup
Batman's
still?
always been emo. He's
He
always
should've-
been emo.
They should have shown every Batman wearing makeup because he's always got the fucking makeup on his
If
eyes.
you watch the first Batman, there's a scene in which he goes to rip off his cowl. And they cut, and he's got the makeup on. And then they cut away. They cut back to Keaton,
And it's
and he
all
doesn't have it off, and then he rips it off. That is fucking cheap.
That's what's weird.
Exactly. So to me, he's not emo Batman. He's just Batman wearing the makeup. You're finally seeing the realness of what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
The
Also-
other, yep.
No,
for
you
it.
go ahead. You go ahead.
The other thing people are saying is the Selena Kyle stuff was just, it didn't need to be in the movie. I thought
What does
that
that
at
mean?
first. So Catwoman didn't need to be in the movie. She's an integral
don't-
part of this movie.
I think the love story is, but I think a lot of that was
I think
maybe her acting. I don't know because
you don't
I
like her performance.
I don't know if I dislike the maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure. There was something about that just felt like it was either a little too much.
I loved her performance,
Because-
and I loved that the romance was very subtle, and they didn't really play into it at all. Actually,
The what brought Batman to home and to feel like a human being was the Alfred stuff. That Alfred, like when he wakes up and they hold hands and shit. I'm like, that's the father he needed, quote unquote. They told so much of a story right then and there. I was like, okay, I'm in. But then he's like trying to fight her off a little bit, which is kind of how the cartoon was.
They
right?
always have like a very
yeah.
this,
A little hit or miss kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it just, maybe it was her acting. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But that was the only part where I kind of felt like I was out of the movie just for a very brief period of time.
It didn't. So what I thought was it's two people who've gone through trauma. Bruce Wayne, everybody's like, he's not the playboy billionaire dude having fun. No fucking shit. He's a PTSD sufferer from what has happened with his family. And
When
this
he
is
looks at that kid,
This is
when he's looking at
Right.
that kid,
This is-
I was
That's
like,
it, yeah.
oh,
Right.
no.
They're like they're
I hope that's
like
Robin.
this.
I hope they make that.
I
some
hope
sort
so
of like
too.
maybe
That would be
like
fucking
Dick-
great.
Maybe not Dick Grayson, but
Anything, right?
Yeah.
that'd be
They didn't-
fantastic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this
They never
character.
paid that off in Dark Knight. That kind of drove me mad.
I agree with that.
I was like, I would love. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm with you.
I need a father figure, Batman. Bringing me it.
Bring in, man.
Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
What I'm saying is people are saying this is the young Batman and the emo Batman and all this shit, and I don't want to see this whatever. I want to see, him being a philanthropist, millionaire, whatever. This is not the movie for you. This is a
Yeah.
dark, gritty, actual real life style Batman movie in which somebody is dealing with grief and tragedy. And the only way he knows how to is vengeance, right?
Yeah.
He thinks he needs to be the
am
Batman, right? He needs to
I
go
like
out.
that so much
he
more
needs
than
to do it.
justice too.
Yes.
It's so much more grittier than justice.
Right, vengeance. But you know what? And we talked about it earlier.
I like
The bookend of this movie is him in the beginning saying, "What are you? I'm vengeance." Then at the end, the Riddler, whatever lackey, says, "What are you? I'm vengeance." And his face, without saying a fucking word,
so good.
you go,
It's so fucking good.
he knows he's been doing wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's been
He
going
sees
about
the,
it the
the
wrong.
folly of his ways, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then,
Well, he's beating the shit out of the guy at the end. That was it.
well, no. So in the
But what
beginning,
is he shooting to his leg? Fucking venom or something?
I was thinking that.
I hope it's fucking
Adrenaline. That was an
Venom.
adrenaline shot.
But is it Venom
It
like
might
for
be a
Bane?
Venom.
Speaking
Right.
of, I know we're saying we'll come right back to that, Steve. But everything is so planned with him. There's no that hole in the suit that's perfectly made
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
If you look, so he pulls that parachute and it's on his thigh.
Yep.
Later
It's
on,
been
in
there.
The movie.
It's been there the whole
Yeah, yeah.
movie, which
Yeah,
is
it's-
awesome.
And it's covered in his
Wow.
cape. His cape's gone after he hits the bottom of that
I
thing.
was gonna say-
and
dude.
it's gone. He's walking away because that was what he needed to deploy.
You know
it's
what?
perfect.
My
the attention to
biggest
detail was
fucking
great.
complaint about the movie, and you just addressed it. I was like, the cape feels silly because this movie feels so realistic.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna grab that cape. Like that's what I felt like the
If,
whole
it-
time.
they, if they
This
didn't do a
isn't-
wingsuit, I would have said the same thing. But they put
but
on
then
a
they
wingsuit.
put on the wingsuit, and I was
Yeah.
like, he needed the cape the whole time. Good thing he
Right,
had it.
because you
He's a
never know
detec-
when you need it, right?
He's
He
a
gets
detective. That
right.
made it feel so much like a detective at that point.
God, that's so fucking
The
good.
glass.
Yep,
he
that
put
was
in his eye.
amazing. I was
That's so
waiting.
good.
Yeah, and so he gets up on the top of that building, and you can see before he jumps, he's like, "Oh fuck this," you
This
know.
is the first time that Bruce Wayne,
Human.
that he's not just a vehicle for Batman. Like I feel like Batman is always just like he's just Batman. Like nobody knows how to play fucking Batman.
It's
He's-
real. It felt fucking real.
But this is like really a dude. This is what a dude would be like who dresses up like a fucking bat and punches people at night. Like this was a character for real. This is somebody you can relate to and empathize with. Like
The
I've
fights
never seen that
were
Batman
him getting
before.
his ass beat.
Yes.
Every fight, it was like him getting hit and then hitting the other dude. It was rarely him on the offensive for the most part.
Although I do want to see full on CQC Batman where he takes out 7 people and
so-
doesn't get fucking touched like Solid Snake.
I look
want
at-
that Batman.
I look at Steve. We're on our little mandate, right? And we're watching that first scene, right? The whole introduction scene where they catch him in the subway.
Yeah,
the group
yeah.
of kids in the subway. The owls, right? Which would be great if they
Are
bring
they
that back.
gonna do the
you don't
Court of
know? Yeah,
Owls?
you don't know.
That would be the shit. But that's
Yeah.
what they are, right?
Who knows?
They imply it when they're talking about the Halloween portion. The
Yep,
owls
yep,
are out.
yep.
is
And they
what
talk about
say.
it when they say, "Oh, there's something bigger than all this. Oh, the
Yeah, yeah.
Arkhams, the Waynes, but there's more." Blah blah blah.
Which was another thing I mentioned. But they do that little scene and he flips the dude around, right? So he's nut to butt,
Nut to butt.
and then bends the guy towards him and gives him the people's elbow
Could you go?
to the chest,
Amazing.
which was the big finisher from the old Arkham video games. So that's, and then half the fucking punch scenes in there were the exact same thing. And my little fucking brain was like, ah!
I recognize
was
these
like,
punches.
Steve!
It's amazing.
All right, go ahead, Steve. Go
Every
ahead,
part of this
buddy.
movie to me is just amazing. So the other thing that I wanted to say, and I'm losing it now, but just bookending the fact. Oh, so at the end, when you think the movie's over, it's not over. He goes and talks to the Riddler, right?
Yeah.
And the whole time, it's being framed that he knows he's Bruce Wayne. He's saying Bruce Wayne. You know, like
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? And like, do you think he knew that he was Bruce Wayne?
I feel like
I
he was
still don't
trying
really
to
know.
lock that in, and he didn't.
Here's
Yeah,
here's
he was like, "Is he gonna give it away?
Yeah,
Is he
yeah.
gonna give it away?" And he didn't. So he
Here's
was like,
You're
why-
deranged.
here's why I know he's not Bruce Wayne, or he knows he doesn't know that Batman is Bruce Wayne. So he leaves the package for Bruce Wayne that Alfred ends up opening. Right,
Yeah.
it's in a fireproof case. The Batman. So he knows that the Batman is going to be there after Bruce Wayne gets blown up. So it's in a fireproof envelope for the Batman to find after
see.
Bruce Wayne is killed.
I see. I see.
Right? So he doesn't know that Batman is Bruce Wayne.
He really he I think he suspected.
Maybe
Wait, what do you explain that one more time? So you're saying, so
Because why would he put it in a fireproof
it was
case?
intent. He's always one step ahead, so that was intention, right? So that was
the
whole
intention
idea.
was the Riddler was using Batman together because he thought they were working together.
Yeah,
Not
100%.
that Batman was working to find the Riddler. He thought the Riddler and Riddler himself thought Batman was working with him,
So you
sort
thought
of.
he would survive, hence the fireproof case.
No. He went, I'm killing Bruce Wayne for my plan.
And Batman will
Batman
find
is
this.
going to find the letter.
Oh, okay, I'm there.
Right?
I'm there, 100% there. 100%
That's why
there.
it was fireproof.
Yeah, 100% there.
So there's only one nitpick I have in this movie, and it's Batman with the dude with the collar, and he's literally
Wouldn't that
face to
reaffirm
face.
the fact that he was Bruce Wayne?
Should have killed him.
Well,
If
that's
he
what I'm.
was still alive, wouldn't that reaffirm the fact that he is Bruce Wayne to him, or
Whoa.
the concept that he is Bruce Wayne? Because it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was supposed to kill Bruce Wayne, and it didn't,
But it almost killed Alfred.
Yeah,
'Cause Alfred
I
opened
don't
it.
think it says anything because it's just like, oh, well, it didn't get my target.
Right.
you know?
The part I'm talking about is when the car goes into the funeral, and he comes out and he's got
Oh.
the bomb around
I
his
thought-
neck.
Okay, I thought you were
Sorry,
talking about
I already went off. I'm on to the next thing.
Why didn't that do anything to him?
That's what I'm saying.
It
It should have at least put something on his face of a scar or something
I
or
wanted
some
him to
ash.
do
It
this with his-
flashbanged his ass and concussed it.
I wanted him
clearly.
to do this with his cape.
That
and-
would have been
and then-
cool.
And then they could make him be undamaged, and I would have bought it.
I would be okay with that. Or he knows it's about to blow up and he jumps away right before it or
Anything.
something.
Literally
right?
anything but being 1 fucking inch from it.
That was the only part of this movie that was like,
Took me out of it for about 1 second. too.
right. But then when he woke up in the police office or the police headquarters, that was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like,
beat people's asses.
he's like, we're going to get you for assaulting a police officer. And he goes, you mean 3? I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh,
Fuck, I'm gonna go
pull
watch
the
that movie
punch-
fucking- I'm
the
gonna go
pull
see
the
it
punch
again.
part. He was like, you pull your punches. He's like, I did.
Yeah.
Right. You could have pulled your punches. Yeah, I did.
God, Batman's such
Everything
a
about,
fucking
and you know what?
badass.
What was really great about this movie was it was him and not Commissioner Gordon, but Gordon working together so well that you can tell they've been working together for a
was
while.
perfect.
Yeah.
They're going
They're
back
the
and
only ones
forth
each
against
other
There's
Penguin.
already a
trust.
dynamic.
Yeah.
There's already a dynamic.
They were
there.
great.
This movie to me is peak cinema. Like
I hope.
the cinematography.
It's the reason you go to theaters is movies like this.
The cinematography, the fucking sound in this movie. When that Batmobile fired up, I got chills, bro.
Borderline horror suspense film.
Yes.
Dude, yeah,
Like and it does it like 4 times. The gun scene in the dark.
yeah.
Another Darth Vader-esque
Yeah.
Rogue One scene.
You're not
you know?
wrong, man.
And then the very beginning where the footsteps. They utilize this twice in this fucking movie.
You hear the
The
footsteps and you don't see them
coming. And he saves him the first time, and then after the car crashes and he's in there, he's like, "What's that noise?" And you see him walk out, and then they have the little drone that sees him.
Amazing.
It's so good.
Amazing.
It's so good. Sound does so much.
Sound does
Does
They
everything.
so
use it
much.
very effectively in this movie.
Yeah,
So good.
I think this has one of the best car chase scenes I've seen in
It was,
cinema.
that was
It was
so-
amazing.
You were talking about shit that throws you off, right? So when that fucking
I got you.
That-
I got you.
that trailer perfectly lined up, I'm like, okay, come on, this is
Yeah.
comic book.
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm with you. And honestly, I'm not a big car chase guy, so I remember being like, okay.
This guy has
it
to
got
be-
a little bit chaotic for me, and I was like, I don't really know what's happening in the car chase. Okay, there's tractor trailers flipping. I was having a hard time keeping track of what was happening. I thought the car chase was a low point of the movie for me, a weaker point for sure.
I think that
But the payoff was excellent.
You're crazy.
The payoff was
You're
excellent.
crazy. That car
There's a
scene was
line,
amazing.
right?
Watch
So-
it. Watch it again.
Not for me.
he's human, he's better than everyone else. And you have to dance that line in a movie like this, right? So there was like those couple instances where it's like he has to be Batman, right? I mean, I can't really be Batman.
Literally a superhero.
Yeah, I can't. I would love to be Batman.
I would love.
but I can't be Batman.
Sure.
Those were those moments, that car moment, the obviously some of the fights, the gunfight scenes, but then there was the moments where he's standing on the building and he's looking down,
Scared shitless.
and you're like, maybe I can be Batman.
Right. Exactly.
Nope.
And you know
I would
what?
Fucking die.
The cool part too with that, where he jumps off that building, he eats shit.
when he eats shit, dude,
But-
he swings up and hits that
Oh,
concrete.
yeah.
But what I'm
Oh,
saying
my God.
is
I
you
wanted to
can
see him lose teeth, though.
Well, what
I'm
I'm
not gonna
saying,
lie.
you can see him make a mistake. You
Yeah,
know what
I
I mean?
love
Like
that.
he could have
Yeah,
thrown
yeah.
that sooner or later, and he would have been fine. But he threw it at the wrong time. Eats shit, gets up, goes, "Fuck," and then just keeps. Nobody mentions it. Nobody talks about it. He doesn't talk about it. That's it.
the
That's
theme.
the point. That's the best.
part of the theme is that self-preservation he
Yeah.
doesn't have.
There's
Exactly.
a couple of
He's
comics
like,
that
I'm
really
going
handle
out
that really
doing-
well.
Yeah, I'm going out doing
He's
this.
learning. Okay, the part where he shows up for the first time to the club and he's Batman, and he goes, "You know who I am?" And they close the door and they open again. The other guy's
Bruce
there. He's
Wayne.
like, "You know who I am?" He's like, "Yeah, we ain't letting you in."
Perfect cinema.
He had to beat him up.
Perfect cinema. Like
The
you said.
second time he goes there, he's Bruce Wayne.
And
Do
they
you
just
know who
let
I
him
am?
through.
Let him through. The third time, what does he do?
He is Batman.
He
that
just
time.
sneaks in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he full on
It's so
Batman's
good.
his fucking ass in there, man.
Up in the top of the elevator.
To me, this movie is beyond The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So good.
There's,
It's not even a question, really. The Dark Knight is
No.
great cinema. It's a great movie.
but
And
it's almost cheesy to this movie now.
I am with you. I am with you. This movie just changed it, man. This
Yeah.
movie set a new standard. The same way The Dark Knight set a new standard and was.
It felt like a play
did
in
the
a
same
weird
thing.
way. Like it felt like a fucking
But
play.
Yeah.
I think it's because of
In
the
a
small
weird way.
scale of
That
it.
might have been
It
it.
took place on a couple of
Small baby
rooftops
scenes,
and
yeah.
this one little club. It really wasn't like citywide until the end.
But you know what? It felt large.
It-
The way that city looked,
I
that
think
was
it
the
felt
best.
small though compared to like Dark Knight. He goes to fucking China.
No.
He goes all over the fucking world.
But what I'm saying is,
You remember-
I felt like I was living in that dark, grungy Gotham City,
Which
right? Where I
feel
didn't
like that's where
feel
they
that.
got that 90s cartoon right.
Yeah,
That's what
100%.
that gothic.
I've
Yeah.
been watching
Esque.
that since, man.
really
You
good.
watch
Yeah.
Gargoyles? You watch Gargoyles?
Fuck yeah.
It has that feeling.
Fuck
It has
yeah.
that fucking feeling, man. Right?
Yeah.
It has that fucking vibe.
The humans call me Goliath.
You son of a bitch. All right, look, we could sit here and probably talk for another
Fangirl.
hour about Batman.
For sure.
I don't want to, because this we'll be here forever.
We'll be here forever. Yeah.
Yes, I have
Yeah.
to go let my puppy out.
Exactly. So we're gonna wrap it up. We're not even gonna give our scores because I don't even think we need to give a score to the Batman.
9.5.
He's giving a 9.5.
Dude,
whatever.
I might be higher than that. I haven't seen a movie this good in a very long
Maybe
time.
9.8. Like,
I've never had a movie that made me immediately go, I want to go see it again, but
I'll
in
score
the
this
IMAX.
later down the road. I'll score it later.
Yeah.
I'm still in the fangirl phase of this.
Yeah, I need a little bit of time.
I love Batman so much.
I need to watch it a couple more times before I can really rate
Well,
it.
see, I've stepped back from liking Batman and thought about it. Like, as a movie, taking Batman out
we
of
saw
it.
it yesterday, Steve.
Shut up. I've thought a lot. I have
Dang, I've
thought.
got more time from you. From
Shut
it
up.
than you.
I have thought a lot about this movie. Just it's consumed my brain since
It's
I've watched
very,
it.
very good.
Yeah, it's so visceral that like I just can't not
Dude,
think about
is there
it.
a good
you know?
pirated version of this?
No,
Maybe
no.
it's not, dude.
Please.
Look,
I promise
I
I've
want
looked. No.
That's also. I just want it. I want
Yeah.
to watch it again.
I haven't
I was
bought
so bad.
a movie on Blu-ray or DVD in forever. I'm fucking buying this as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
I will buy it on
Son of a
iTunes.
bitch.
On iTunes. No, I want
up
to
on my
physically
things.
own it. I want it in my hands.
Tangible.
I want it.
The power's
I
out.
really
Steve
only do
wants to still be
that.
able to
I do that
watch
with
it.
Switch games and vinyl anymore. That's
Yeah,
pretty
that
much
makes
it.
sense. That makes sense. Anyways, anybody who's still listening or watching, thanks for fucking being here to the Love Guru / Batman fucking movie.
Go watch
The
Batman.
Go fucking watch it. Please give us a like and a favorite. Give us a comment. Tell us why we're wrong in any of the opinions that we have. I know the Batman movie is not wrong because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. So don't dare. Don't you
Don't
dare.
you dare. Don't you fucking dare. But again, find us on our social media platforms. We're on every available one, I think. Maybe we're not on Grindr, I don't think. Are we on Grindr, George?
Isn't Grindr?
I'm not on Grindr.
You sure?
Isn't that
Yes, that is a male escort site. What?
men?
A male dating site.
Men
sorry.
and men. seeking
Anyways, no,
men
you can
and
find us
men.
on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at The Decision Reel. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on all major podcasting sites.
Hopefully, Brent will be here next week, and I can lay off the butt and titty jokes.
He will be. We're going to be talking about Wayne's World. It's going to be good. March Myers continues. Thanks for listening.
Swing.
Swing.
Bye.
Bye.